Man, that's real. That's weird, Nyuk, and I wish you hadn't told us that. So, this is going to be a short recap. Last week, last session, you deliberated on the QEDs that you found, which you were told would contain your memories, and it looked like they really would because they were marked with the code
Stasis pod
numbers of the stasis pods. Yeah. So it'd be a real weird coincidence if they didn't have your memories. And yeah, 4 of the 5 of you dived right in, stove right in. We'll go with that. And found nothing but trauma.
Well, some of us found something that wasn't trauma, just lots of trauma as well.
Okay, well there was
only one of us found trauma.
Hello.
Like one of us found nothing but trauma, but the rest of us found at least something that was not trauma. We just also found lots of trauma.
But those things that were not trauma were within the trauma, so I think it still counts.
I don't know.
You at least had to wade through the trauma to get there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We do have one more character to dive into their QED. We'll be doing that this session, but we also have some salvaging to do and some trauma management, perhaps. We'll see. What were the highlights of last session for you guys?
Okay, so it was entertaining in retrospect, but still frustrating that I literally got nothing but Percy's core memory. Although it was nice for Percy to get the chance to chat/rant/bond a little bit with Douglas, because I feel like Percy and Douglas haven't had much chance to interact yet. Not as much as, for example, DASA release.
That was nice to see, yes. That was pretty awesome.
I'm not the best at bonding, but you know.
Wait, you're Douglas.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Oh yeah, sorry, yes.
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
There might be some bleed through there.
It's alright.
Smidge.
I mean, Percy's non-dickishness is probably partly bleed through from me anyway.
A question of mechanics here. Did we level up last session?
No.
Okay. What's our XP at right now?
Let's see.
Because my XP currently says 16 of 18, and I didn't update it at the end of last session.
No. My sheet says 21.
Wow.
Same.
Okay.
You might be a little bit behind.
And total bonus XP being 6 does fit
Yes,
with that.
that's
We've done
much.
15 sessions. So 15
Okay.
plus 6, we should be at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone increment the TPK counter.
Oh,
Yes, we should be at 13 now.
Dang, I give you so much time for that. Oh, you're still on
Yeah,
it. Yes.
We're nearly at a TPT, total party trauma.
Yeah. Why don't you
Okay, I don't
go
know if
ahead and
that counts.
do that most recent level up after the session there, Nox.
Okay.
Although-
I haven't kept track in a while, and so I have no idea.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Make sure you do that or you'll miss levels. And foci for that matter.
Yeah.
We're all level 4, correct?
Level 5.
Number 5 now.
5.
Yeah.
Leveled up to 5. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm far behind.
You are missing out.
Yeah. You're down a focus. You're down a focus.
Well, do you want to level up now, since that actually is a fairly consequential, perhaps, depending on what you put into your skills? And we'll do somebody dealing with trauma before getting to
Yeah, I'll do that really quickly. I already know what I'm getting. I just
Okay,
did.
cool. Alright, I'm bringing us into frame. Did anybody have anything that they were wanting to do? Anything else they were wanting to do in the very near aftermath of uh the the traumas? I'll give us a little bit of a window here before we jump right into John's and say that Acid says that the stasis pod that has been arranged in Medbay needs to be basically maintenanced before it'll go into stasis again. It's been cycled, and in its mind, everything needs to be checked real quick.
Yeah, it's hit its cycle count. It wants maintenance.
Yeah. So she's just gonna have well, she knows how to do that part. She doesn't need medical experience. She's gonna go through the checklist on that and get that all set up. It's easier than setting up a new one in Medbay, and it would need to be done anyways. So we've got a little bit of time before John can go into the pod for anyone else to act out a post-trauma scene.
I'm gonna say the mind, but I don't think Percy would be in the right frame of mind to initiate it so soon after checking his own memories. So
Mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
and me and Douglas did do one at the end of last session, so I'll stay at this one.
Yeah.
Honestly, likewise for Das. Like there's
Yep.
stuff I want to do, but it's not going to be in the immediate aftermath. It's going to be days later.
Right. That makes sense. I imagine that Nox is probably nearly almost done with the leveling already anyways.
Yeah, I just they get a bonus skill and lead,
Nice.
and we can't level that up to 3 until 6, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's it. There's not really anything else I can do.
Hit points.
Oh yeah, hit
Oh,
points. I
yeah.
have to roll those.
Mm.
You can beat me.
Go on, good
I
roll,
went-
good roll.
I went
Does Die
from,
Hard
like,
apply automatically, or do I need to put that in
You'll-
via the input?
Yeah,
Set
you'll
your
need to
level
add
and
that
then click
in.
on hit point. Ah, beat me
Not
by one.
bad.
Nice.
That's actually, yeah.
I will
Good.
absolutely gain 13 hit points in a level.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll take. Yeah, I think you
I think
missed my
that's-
roll. I went up from 11 hit points to 30 hit points.
Yeah. Hang on. Can I just point out at this point, right?
Yes.
There are 5 party members, right?
Mhm.
I've just looked at everyone's sheets, right? The number of hit points each character has from the
Mhm.
top: 31, 31, 30, 30, 14.
Oh, that's disappointing. And of course, I wonder if it's a coincidence that the person who happened to be looking just so happens to be the same person that has half the hit points of everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
almost like I
wonder.
know I'm really far behind there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I did that. I think I rolled bad on like two levels in a row, 4 and 5,
Hmm.
and just only went up by 1. In fact, it might even be 3 levels in a row. I feel like I was at 11 at some point. Maybe I went at like 11, 12, 13. Just
You're
really,
due
really
for a
low
good
rolls.
roll soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, surely.
yeah.
You
That's-
keep rolling so well on skills, right? So
Yeah, it's like I'm
eventually
rolling
you
well on
get a good roll on
skills and
health.
just crap on hit points.
Mm.
But hopefully I don't need
Our-
hit points. So
Our 4th attribute point comes in at 6 as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't do anything with skill points. We're good.
oh, I wondered what you were pinning. Right. Yeah.
I get the feeling that this is the out of universe equivalent of Dash just reading John's medical scans. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Probably not in this exact moment. I think Das is still very yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Everyone else is quite a bit older. So.
Just means that we're gonna have to get Das involved in combat, like, you know, a threat for her life.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you
Yeah.
think Percy,
pretty sure,
if you think Percy
I'm-
is going to take Aiden laying a finger on her or anyone else lying down, you have
Mm.
another thing coming.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. You try and get Das involved in combat for that 14 hit points, and there's probably 4 people with about 30 hit points
I'm sure I can
standing
manage
in
it.
front of her.
Oh, what were you saying there, Knox?
I was saying, Das might be in lethal danger of like indigestion. With kind of
Be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what the really funny thing is? It's like what 5d as an expert you roll what 5d6 for health.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
straight.
15 is actually
Well,
about
plus-
average.
Plus con mod.
I scrolled up.
All right.
Yeah, I've got 0 con mod. I scrolled up and found
Yeah.
my last roll. 2, 2,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, grim.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
like 50...
it was not high enough to give me more than the previous.
Mhm.
Like, what does that actually add up to? That actually adds up to 13. So I had 13 and I rolled 13. So
Hmm.
then I got
That's
14
higher.
because you get a +1 at least.
Yeah. But still, that is like the average of 5d6 is like 17 and a half or something. So you're actually not that far below average. It's just that the rest of us are way above.
Mm.
Well, let's jump in.
Please don't shoot us.
I'm not gonna shoot Das yet. Until that happens, before that happens, Acid has fixed the memory machine or the stasis pod, has maintenanced it, and sends a message along to John, well, to the whole bridge crew, letting them know that it might, letting them know that the pod is ready again for use.
119 hasn't had anywhere else to actually be. We've just been in there.
Oh, okay. Then gosh, I
Yeah,
guess
got
the
acid.
message is just stasis pod ready. John going in. Just a quick text message. Something easily overlooked or ignored.
And I forgot it was Christmas too. So this is like Merry Christmas to us.
You guys are doing this.
Definitely,
Well,
definitely doing it die hard.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the day. This may be the day after, since we had the birthday party and whatnot.
we'll give
Right.
you
It's-
some. It isn't
Still.
actually. The birthday party was a flashback to midweek.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that movie flashback part.
It's actually the 29th, so this is like immediately before New Year.
Okay, Happy New Year, son.
On the bright side, we are at least extracting a Christmas present from the corpse of this pre-tech ship.
You are. All right. Well, is John ready to go in then?
Absolutely.
You change the scene and get the sad memory music rolling.
Good luck.
I'm
All of a sudden,
receiving
memories.
audio from. I am not.
And cue the song Memories from Cats.
Did you enjoy that reference there, Ginja? The clues on the tube.
Yeah.
I had fun putting that one together.
There we go.
Let's see. All right. And Nox, this is similar to what everyone else went through. There's that momentary physical panic, like biological panic, as everything is shutting down. This seems like something that John probably has experienced a few times and weathers well, but as always, his reaction to the entry into stasis is up to you. It's just kind of a matter of a matter of small flavor, because there's nothing he can do to change going into stasis once his body has started to panic.
The only, I guess, preparation would be making sure that he's like laying or sitting on his hands so that he doesn't have the chance to flail out with them.
Okay. Yeah. The stasis pod is pretty good at bodily restraining a person too. All those restraints get released when the pod is being opened or released. But going in, yeah, there are some restraints to prevent thrashing around. And we do that little checklist. So, has John been dismissive of idle threats?
Have we had any idle threats?
Yeah, I feel like all the threats we've had so far have been serious.
Well, how has he been handling threats in general?
How does he handle acid?
No, I think in general he's been relatively unflappable, I'd say. Like when you think about when his air got cut off those couple of times he was salvaging or whatever it was that happened with him, and he panicked a bit, but anyone would, but he didn't completely lose control, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Nox, what do you got to say about that?
Not much apparently.
I was muted.
Oh, yep.
An idle threat.
That'll do it.
I don't think there have been many opportunities to kind of deal with threats. Everything's just kind of been actual action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, idle threats is kind of specific.
Yeah, and I would agree that everything that you've dealt with has been a serious threat. Even the moment when John got launched out into space, I think it was a serious threat. But I'll go forward on the fact that I'll give it to you on the fact that yeah, he has been fairly low key about them all. He has not panicked so much as responded. Next point is quiet confidence.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm passing the same thing.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of a gimme. Nox, you want to add anything?
No. It's like I said, I don't say much, and so John ends up not saying much.
Well, that adds to the quiet part.
Exactly.
How about down to earth?
We're in space, so I think that's a no. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'll be honest, I was thinking the same joke, I just didn't make it yet.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Down to earth. I mean, yeah, I mean, he hasn't gotten into the flights of fancy like some other crew members have.
Hey!
And like the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
You know? It's like if he was one of the conspiracy theorists, then yeah, I mean no, that's a no. But he hasn't joined in on that, so I feel like that's down to earth.
I'll be honest, it's a little bit hard to judge this kind of thing for John, purely because Nox, I'm not meaning this to go at you, but because you don't speak much, it's a bit harder to get a read on you, you know?
Yeah.
I know. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to be relying on you for a lot of this, Nox. Kind of how do you think that you have or would characterize John in those situations? Do you feel like he is down to earth?
I think that the only showing of that would have been in kind of the intro sequence, trying to figure things out while we were still orbiting the initial sun.
Okay.
Managing expectations there.
And the last trait is a values initiative.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, again, hard to say, but I can't really think of anything, being honest.
Okay.
Anybody else?
There's, yeah. I feel like I mean, I guess I feel like that one would require being a little more gung ho and commending people for doing things. Like that's definitely a more active trait.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think. Yeah. It's kind of like me valuing hard work. It's like, I didn't really pursue that very well, and I was like, it's just something you kind of have to actively do to actually achieve. Whereas some traits, it's kind of like if you don't do something, you get that's matching that trait. But some traits, it's you have to go out of your way to actually portray that. If that makes sense.
I think that makes sense. It does. Well, John, as he enters this strange, swirling space that isn't space, multi-dimensional with no points or all points in one point, there are the glimpses of corpses flicker in and out of the strange unreality he finds himself in. Corpses of people, corpses of ships, corpses of dreams. It's hard to conceptualize, but it feels like everything in this space is a graveyard. There are, of course, flashes of action and explosive excitement here and there. There's fire in the background of many glimpsed sequences, but beyond those, everything is dead or dying. What kind of interrogation or investigation does John want to pursue in his memories?
I knew that the 119 has a lot of history, and there's just kind of a lot to sift through. So I'd rather see where the mind is trying to lead me first, get kind of a bigger grasp of the land.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about this briefly, I think, after the session last week, and I agreed that this wouldn't count as a check for purposes of increasing the difficulty of future checks. It is simply letting himself slide into that kind of swirling, flickering graveyard. And as he does, quite metaphorically feels like 1 foot in the grave. It can't literally feel like that because there's no grave here. There's no foot here. But with 1 foot in the grave, those corpses of people and ships and dreams and memories surround him. Another empty threat and another pointless space battle. Ignore incoming target engines. Confirm another pirate kill. Roll his eyes at the celebratory cheers. This was once exciting and victory uncertain. When did his life sink down to trading torpedoes with unworthy scavs? It is John's dominant memory. That is the memory that wants to assert itself. And coming with it is a sense of it very very strongly that sense of one foot in the grave, not just in a physical health kind of way, but in a living kind of way, the humdrum of life going on kind of way.
As long as I can direct to memories. I'd like to try and steer things to why I started fighting in the first place. Trying to go to the, I don't know, wherever I initially signed up with. Kind of the pictures that are in John's room.
Okay. That kind of pulls in two different directions. There's one that feels full of unearned pride, and one that feels full of earned pride. I can be less cryptic about that. The unearned pride one is in the direction of where John may have started out. The earned pride is a more in the direction of past battles and crew.
I think I'd rather go to the past battles and crew.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling a well, this is lead. Lead with wisdom at a difficulty 6. This is one of his core memories.
Okay. Almost rolled notice. That would have been fun.
That easily makes it. Oh, sorry. Difficulty was 7. You had a +1 on the difficulty for traits, but still
yep.
easily makes it. And as the sense of stepping in his own grave, both physical and excitement fades away, it's replaced by a picture in his hand. It's one of the pictures that he has in his room. And it looks like it's probably a Union crew now that he's looking at it again. Things have changed in the last 30 years since this. Reflection on an old picture. The chaos of a ship screaming alarms and crew reporting damage. The Union made the best crew. They did the job. They didn't heartlessly leave anyone to die, unlike Star and Mercure. All Union were family, but in the end, the larger family, Union, won out. They held when he said hold, even with 3 bro fighters bearing down. That's 3 less attacking the VIPs, the bombers waiting at the horizon for the elite mercenaries Union hired to take down their ground defenses and breaker guns. Breaking off would put the bombers at risk, which meant ignoring the cries of the dying. He lost half of Union's crew and was hailed as a hero even by the families of those lost on his command. We'll pin that real quick while you think on it. Sounds like Percy's getting attacked by Nox's dog.
No, Percy's dropping cutlery.
Oh wow. Your cutlery sounds like a snarling dog.
Ah.
Suspicious.
So far, nothing
Yeah, I got nothing to contribute on that one.
terribly traumatic for John. I mean, aside from the gloom of
I mean, all the dead
nothing has
people.
any meaning anymore.
More cynical than traumatic, though.
Yeah. Your difficulty is at a 9 right now. Well, your
Okay.
core difficulty is at a I'll just say it as a +3 because non-core memories can be more difficult.
Okay. I do have one other big question,
Mhm.
and that would be, what got me to, I guess, sign on with Porcelain.
That's gonna be another core memory. So the difficulty of this is only 9.
I don't know.
Is that lead wisdom?
It is.
Okay.
Ha!
Wow. Reliable.
Get him.
This one screams at him. It flashes anger and boils his blood. Sold to Union. They sold my ship to Union. I don't fucking want it back now. I want to blow it straight to smithereens. Porcelain shrugs calmly and agrees. It's a Union ship. Shiro, always so admirably cool and calculated, proposes they instead board and capture it. It was bought outside official channels and unlikely to house the usual Union security numbers. He makes a strong argument weighing the risk against the value of selling it to pirates at Zenthra. It's a good plan, and in that moment, he decided to stay aboard the Raza.
Okay. And then the
You
last question would
can
be,
ask some clarifying questions within each. I'm basically just giving you the broad strokes of the memory, but
okay.
there can be other details in there.
You started that memory with they. Who is they?
They is actually the remaining crew of the Galamedes. The memory doesn't contain a lot of the details of how he lost control of the Galamedes, but it does include the sense that he at one point was captain of the Galamedes, and that he lost control of the Galamedes. And from there, they, whoever was in control of it, sold it to the Union. Sold it to Union, not the Union.
Okay. Does John have any remaining memories of the crew of the Galamedes after this?
Yeah, that would be that's not a core memory. It would be an interrogation. He at least I don't know if you recall, but the Galamedes is actually listed on crimes.
Okay. That would explain everything there.
Yeah. That probably gives you more information than
Yeah.
enough information that it's not worth a memory.
Yeah.
And the result
I
of
guess
that
I'll
is that you guys succeeded.
Go team.
I guess that would lead me to circle back to the other of my initial questions, which was, I guess, the initial onboarding to military service.
Okay. Yeah, that is going to be a memory that's been long put down. It's a memory of a time when things weren't so bitter and cynical, and so is hidden back in the depths of I was a stupid young man back then. I'm gonna put the initial difficulty at 8 for that, and you're currently at a +5 difficulty across the board.
Ouch.
It's still gonna
Same
be the
check?
lead.
Okay. I'm only
Nice.
rolling 9.
It's a good thing that 8 is usually a success for most things.
Mm.
You're going to succeed at everything this session.
Yeah.
This is the session night. We have to take action. After this, it's not happening anymore.
But with that and the anger that swept over him, having his ship sold to Union and wanting it just destroyed. After that, rage and excitement just kind of fades away. Nothing's left but that this was once exciting and victory uncertain. Even that job was so well executed with a competent crew that his victory was not uncertain there. And he is wrapped in his empty threat and pointless space battle, 1 foot in the grave, dominant memory.
Is anybody else getting One Punch Man vibes where he's getting depressed because there's no challenges left?
Don't know what you're talking about. A man who was distinguished for taking on and fighting the bro and winning, who are no joke either in physical hand-to-hand combat or in space battle. They're very dedicated to their fights. And that was with a Union crew, then joins the Raza. Yeah.
I'm wondering what sort of street cred he has with the bro. I mean, I guess he's not like gonna win him in a wrestling match like Cassian.
I was going to say, I'm curious if he ever fought side by side with Cassian.
Indeed.
Well, you could technically keep going, but right now your difficulty is at +7.
I mean, the way things are going, I think you've got it easy. Oh, well, I guess not with it. I guess this has always just been 9, I guess.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna roll another 9, and that's not a 13.
If you look at it from this pure succeed fail stance, though, you're doing great.
And 119 is just going to figure that's all he's going to get out of it at this point.
Yeah, that sense of pointlessness is wrapping around him pretty hard.
Can I just say, by the way, 119, good job on you for breaking gender stereotypes. So far, all of the men have come out of it furious and needing to punch something, and all the women have come out of it depressed.
well, now John hasn't actually been released from stasis yet, so we've yet to see.
We didn't know yet.
I suppose.
John is left to stew in the pointlessness for it probably feels like a few more seconds before the stasis pod is opened. And he is greeted by the not so friendly face of Acid.
Great.
Unless anybody else is wanting to be better bedside manner than Acid.
Plus,
I mean, Das is probably still sat there, but she's not gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
unless
everyone else
John
has their
comes
own
over.
things they're going over.
The downside of going last.
Yeah, no, John is, Acid's face is more just like, I'm so done with this shit. You guys all knew I was right, and nobody has told me it yet. That is exactly Acid's face.
Mm,
You can keep holding your breath.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll probably get said at some point, but I have a line that Das is going to say that's like, Acid was right, but I'm not going to tell her.
John has the opposite to say. You were wrong. That was very informative.
Yeah, why would we say she was right when she was wrong? She said Bushinito.
She was partially right.
She gives a of kind of, it's kind of a yeah, right, as she's making sure that the straps have released properly and offering a hand to help him out.
John will take it.
Oh, that's not like her.
No,
You sure
this
that's it?
this is just her wanting to make sure that nobody falls on their face. She's done this for others too.
I was gonna say that still doesn't seem like her. I was sure this is acid.
Yeah.
And she'll guide him over to the nearest bed set aside for the trauma patients.
How many beds are in here?
Your med bay has a lot of beds.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I think.
Does anyone on our very limited crew smoke?
Ooh.
Not yet.
I feel like Dima is a maybe, but apart from that, probably not.
Yeah, smoking much more prevalent in Union. I feel like it would be.
I don't really think so.
So much for stereotypes.
Yeah, I think smoking has probably been drummed out by the military as reducing total capacity to the work.
That's no fun.
I don't think it's completely gone. And John can certainly be a smoker. He's got the con for it.
It's just kind of one of those. It is fictionally satisfying to have a character that smokes.
Yeah, no, John can be a smoker, and if he brought a pack of cigs with him, they would have needed to come out for the stasis pod, but they'd still be here. Acid wouldn't have thrown them away or anything.
If he hadn't come out of the stasis pod, that he wouldn't have gotten any more, because he wouldn't be having those kinds of like cravings and stuff.
Okay.
But he'll make a point to pick up some in the future.
And as Acid helps him over to sit down, kind of quietly remarks, "Figured you'd be the best out of there of anyone."
How long before we can go back in?
Well, we'll have to test it. Hang on, let me get the Acid voice. It should sound like she's vaguely spitting in your face every time she speaks.
I want that real experience.
We'll have to test it. But if my memory is right, your memories will be swirling around and won't want you touching them for a little while. They flee from you. She kind of looks around to see if everyone has caught that.
Das is just sitting there. No reaction to it, just sitting on the bed.
Okay. We'll set another put another spot in the calendar in a week.
All right.
Alright, who's ready to get back to salvaging?
I've been muted.
Uh-oh. What has Elise
Oh
said?
no. Oh no.
It was just like, you can probably make it a shorter block of time on the calendar. I'm not fucking going back in.
Yeah,
If you have enough information.
Acid looks over at Elise with pinched lips and nods. And after that, she goes to doing a post stasis maintenance cycle so that it doesn't, shut down and blare out a warning next time. Oh well, after two more, but still, yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the QED of Mr. Samurai?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I think it might be worthwhile to send a message out.
I was thinking it's possible we may swing by that way anyways, because he left for the OIS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he was the exiled prince.
Mm-hmm. He was.
And I guess once we're able to leave the med bay, John's going to go about composing a message to that effect.
Okay. There we go. I put you on the wrong map. There's the right one. Of course, changing the music by map twice broke the music. Alright. You can let us know what that message entails if there's anything specific to it, Knox. Or just write it out later.
Yep, I'll be writing it out.
Okay.
But, in the meantime, things can kind of continue.
So, as Elise and Das are still sitting in medbay, and John too, unless he's gotten up and gotten to it. Acid comes over and sits on the bed across from you both. Do we need to hire a psychologist? Not psychologist, therapist.
No, that's interesting question. Look that broken to you or something? Or is this a rare moment of you actually caring as an individual?
No, I just want you doing your job right. Your job's right.
I'll be fine.
Who knows? Maybe a therapist would prescribe some hugs.
I think I got that one handled, and Elise will just give Das a squeeze. See? Hug.
Tips an eyebrow and nods. Well,
Look, I just there's a lot more to unpack there that, you know what? Maybe it's best to leave it, as it is, not, all wound up, not unraveled on the floor.
she nods. That technology has that technology has come with some questions of ethics.
Oh, just recently, the ethics committee has voted on that one being maybe a tad unethical.
No, it was 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah. You just reminded me, there was one question that could have asked, I guess, or could have tried to see in the memory. You know, it's not important, really. Someone else will do it.
Someone else can go in if you want. Libra or me, we're not bound by the same constraints as you humans.
Yeah, but then you're kind of poking around, I don't know, memories that maybe, well, I don't want to say myself, maybe Sarah didn't want you to see. Maybe Sarah didn't want me to see.
I'm just letting you know. Doesn't have to be you. Someone else can fish.
Yeah, the only question is basically what we were up to right before we went into those pods. That's it.
I tried that one.
You did?
Didn't go well.
Oh. Okay. Well, there we go. That solves that mystery, and now I can really never look back at that thing again.
Do you want me to destroy it?
That's a little hasty, I guess. That's no, I don't want you to destroy it. God. How do I put this? That is, Sarah's life, and considering that, well, if I'm gonna keep up with this thing, I don't want to erase Sarah from existence by deleting all of her self. Kind of seems like murder.
Acid nods and stands up. Starts making her way out. Pauses before she gets out there. And looks back over at the two of you. Kinjo, was that Das saying that out loud, like mumbled under her breath or something?
The thing about trying the
Nope.
Hmm?
I'm sorry. That was Nox. Wow.
Oh,
How did I
Nox,
mix
okay.
up that many numbers and a picture?
Oh, the thing there. Yeah, no, that's yeah, that wasn't me.
She does. She turns back to John. They're therapeutic. Do you need a hug, John? I see Nox typing. Slight smirk. And she turns to the lot of you in full again. Keep those things safe. You might not want to go in, and you might not want to destroy them. Just make sure nobody else gets them. She's walking out.
I think we agreed that we're not going to look at anyone else's memories without consent,
Hmm.
Yeah,
unless we
including
determine that
people
they
who
are,
Unless we have a very good reason.
unless we
Well-
confirm they are hostile to us for some reason.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which,
Or-
who knows?
Indeed.
It's a big universe out there.
It
Mm.
is.
I've already had any number of crackpot theories about why any of them might be after us.
Mm.
So let me see. Did we know where Griffin Cage was? There was some word on him, wasn't there?
Didn't he go in? Wasn't he like imprisoned or something somewhere?
He was.
Yeah, I don't remember where. I just remember that vaguely happening. It was in a news article, I believe.
Yeah, that was one of the unvoiced ones. To feature him. I can show those out to you guys again here.
Yeah. Hyperion Station.
But I guess we still need to finish.
Don't know where that
back
is.
to-
Hyperion Station is in Corifoli. It's in the same system as the prison planet that Das came from.
Right. Yes.
It
Same
is-
system as Nelly Vomita. Okay.
Yep. It's the
Is that kind
equivalent.
of like the admin station on the way to Nelly Vomita?
It's also a jail. It's the equivalent
Right.
of a jail, as opposed to a prison. Where at least in the U.S., in a jail, your sentence is less than a year. In a prison, it's a year or more.
Hmm.
Just
Right.
terms go further.
Hyperion's the short term, and then Nelly Vomita is the long term.
Nelly Varmita is the permanent term.
Yes. Well, permanent's quite long.
It is. Or at least it's supposed to be permanent. There's also supposed
yeah.
to be no ships allowed to land.
Hmm.
When
And
have we ever
yet-
cared about what's allowed?
And yet somehow Das managed to get aboard the Raza and leave.
Yeah.
Like I
Weird.
say, when have we ever cared about what's allowed?
This is true.
Well,
Yeah.
see-
When has the Raza ever cared about that?
You know what the problem is? The law doesn't specify that cruisers can't land. Because it's like, oh, well, cruisers can't land on planet anyway.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. They're like, there ain't no law against the cruiser landing. We didn't think we needed it.
That's funny. All right. There's something else that's happening. In the space of time between you guys coming out of the stasis pods with your memories more or less intact. Well, coming out of the stasis pod with your memories,
Or-
comma,
More memories than we had.
you more or less intact. Your ship computer has managed to decrypt another chunk of data, of audio data, from that black box that you found on the Fertinera.
Hmm.
And I'm going to pin this and then edit it.
Oh, right, that one.
Come on. All right. This one is from a younger voice. Well, it is from a younger person, but the same voice as the same audio file, or at least it sounds like it. It just fell apart. We broke atmosphere, and there on the aft monitor, it was a chunk of femno, floating away from the planet like it just decided it didn't want to be there anymore. Didn't want to be a part of what Terraformance and the Moo Council were doing. We've been out here for 3 months since that day, scanning chunk after chunk, searching for survivors. someone possessed of an entity or smart enough to hide out in a shuttle or a bunker. I'm also going to pin one more thing. Oh yeah, pin it. And that is your target locations.
Hmm.
And then I'm going to remove the pinned messages because I hate them. So, you're getting a double whammy here. You're getting memories from a long deceased civilization, or at least last recorded thoughts of someone who left them on a black box, which is, again, not the traditional use of a black box. Somebody had to jury-rig it to receive and accept these audio files.
They go out of their way to store their records in perpetuity.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So I was saying they really had to go out of their way to leave this record.
Yeah, they did. And you're getting your own memories. Do you guys want to take some time to sort yourselves, or do you want to get straight back to the work?
Douglas wants to get straight back to the work.
I think now that
Who's
Percy's
with
got
me?
rid of the. I think now that Percy's gotten rid of the initial rush of anger, he probably still has energy that he's looking to do something with. So, yeah, Percy's up for it,
What better way to stew everything than to work?
right?
Elise is on the work boat. The work train, choo choo.
The work ship, surely.
What we'll call it, the work
Okay,
crew. So yeah, go ahead and put yourselves back over to the salvage party if you're ready to, if you want to be on that team. We need at least 5 people there. Kawana is willing to try out the EVA thing again. So Kawana can go, although she is still scared after what happened to John.
Yeah, and I also felt like maybe not counts as a full 5th, but you know, it's whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought I'm happy to have Koana along. I mean, if she wants to try it in what we're pretty sure is a safe environment, then yeah, I'm down with that.
I think we got confirmation that 6 was pretty much what we expected, right? 6.
Yeah, but at the same time,
people.
there's still plenty of ship that we haven't explored yet.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about whether there's more of the zombie threat people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you've so it's still uncertain to your characters. There still could be threats. But you did spend.
I thought we had something in character about like 6.
Yeah, you have a lot of
second.
confirmation that would lead you to believe that. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me put it a different way. There's enough information that a character could feel confident in believing that you'd eliminated all of the space zombie threats.
Yeah.
And
You can't be certain, obviously, but
right.
there
And
was some corroboration.
you've been on that ship for a week salvaging, and no automated defenses have powered up and attacked you. It's a real good bet for anyone to think that you're safe there.
Yeah.
Insofar as salvaging a ship is safe.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, one of those smaller ships was completely. You knew that there was nobody there, but there was that unexpected tension in a beam that sent John flying. So there's still dangers, And Kawana is still scared that that incident terrified her, but a, a tender moment with Das has reinvigorated her confidence and her desire to, be seen as strong and positive.
Hmm.
Or was this a ploy by Das to get out of doing work?
Well, that is
Why not
mostly
both?
the effect, unless someone comes and persuades Das to join in. He's definitely not gonna volunteer for it.
I'm not gonna
Um,
call it out. I'm just gonna be thinking in the back of my head.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I feel like the person who probably would have been most likely to convince Das to come to work is Elise, because she was like John was maybe John, I don't know, but Douglas and Percy both ran straight out after the memory viewing. Elise was the only one that really saw how lost in her own head she was.
No, Kawana actually saw what was going on, saw that there was another work shift happening, kind of was locked in her own head, like, really? Oh wait, she still doesn't know what happened. No, she just suited up, and after a moment of hesitation of oh god, am I really gonna do this? She just suited up and was like reporting for duty. Dima wants to contribute too. He obviously can't contribute to the physical part of it. He's a little bit handicapped in that regard. But he wants to do what he can to assist with the in-ship logistics. In a ship that has gravity plates still functioning. So inside the Raza, he's helping with the cargo placement, the loading, and kind of some of the administrative work of that. So he feels like he has been doing work. He's been helping around the ship. He's been doing maintenance, but he sees how much you guys are out there and really putting the sweat into it, and he wants to help with what he can.
Well, with him on logistics, even if he can't help out physically, and Koana a little bit uncertain but still helping out physically, I figure they add up to at least one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. I see that, Knox. Thank you. And so, with a little bit more rage in your pocket or pep in your step, you return to the Ferretinera. It's much like you left it less than 24 hours ago. Cold.
We are not much like we were back then, though.
That's what I was just thinking.
Change people.
It is.
I mean, I guess not. I guess we're really the same people, but.
Well, thoughts change people. So, are you though?
Yeah, I mean, did we change? Who knows?
Well, time will tell. But the Ferretinero is, except for what you drag out of it, which is ostensibly a minuscule part of it in itself, in its entirety, unchanged. It is cold, uninviting, and sterile. It is clean and white. So it's got that going for it. Well, let's get a salvaging roll from some of you then. So, let's see, where did you leave off?
Well, we got quite a bit of pretext stuff.
Did
you check box all of it? Did we get the?
Yeah.
I guess we never did roll for the bridge component, did we?
You didn't. You didn't. And
So we have 2x conversion and 2x computing, and I think we already had one conversion when we started, right?
I think
We
so.
definitely had one of something.
Mm-hmm. We did
I
indeed
don't
have one
remember
of
what
something.
I don't remember what it was, but we definitely
might
had
have
one
been.
of something.
Might have been. Yeah, I don't know. It's one or the other.
You ended
Yeah.
up getting 1 conversion
Added
and 2
conversion.
computing so far.
Okay, yeah. So we already had one
Yeah,
conversion.
so we had one conversion. Yeah, because that's what we needed for the guns. I remember we had whatever we needed for a charge cannon. And I think that is that one.
Yeah. So, what locations are you looking to target this time here? In addition to your regular salvage.
We can honestly use anything but materials and amp for the drive 6.
Hmm.
And that would be the ship structure or engineering. Now, is the wording on that important?
No,
Where it
no,
says, we'll certainly have. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's just me trying to be
Okay.
not using the
Mix
exact
it
same
up.
sentence. Yeah.
Yep. I feel that. I just want to make sure I wasn't. I was definitely reading too deep into it.
You were, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think aside from the weapons, which we only need the conversions for. Like we have. Let me see what else we need it for. The conversion we also need for the big gun.
I feel like
but that's a lot. That's got a lot of other stuff that needs to be done first.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a list somewhere of all the pretext that we needed for various things because I
We
seem
do,
to
it's
remember
in the Raza
compiling
sheet.
one.
Yeah, it's
It's
in
Right,
the
the
Raza
okay.
Raza sheet
Okay.
in the notes.
Right, thank you.
I'm thinking we aim for the upgrade the drive now that we have, because we already have the conversion that we need for getting at least a couple guns up first.
Yeah.
Getting the drive
Yeah.
up.
Did we need? I think we
expedite
needed one of the
things.
mods to get the drive running, right? Fully.
Yes, you should
Or
need
am I thinking of
one of the
something else?
mods to get the drive up to 6.
Yeah. Emission dampers. But
we need
does
that.
I guess that just takes parts. I'm not
I
seeing
don't.
it on the
Yeah, I
list
don't think
of
the
stuff.
emissions. I don't think that one requires.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a mod that
Is
you
it?
required,
Is it
but I
fitting?
must have. I changed that.
Oh, it's a fitting. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fit. Yeah, emissions dampener just requires spare parts.
Mhm.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
3,000 some.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I think we're going for materials and amp, right? So substructure or engineering.
Hmm.
Makes sense. And we
Well,
do need
just start-
materials for a lot of stuff anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with ship structure then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's roll up the trouble or boon die. All right. And I'm going to also need an where is it? Int admin check.
I think that's John.
Either John or
he's not
Reese.
salvaging. I mean, okay.
Sure
And
it's
yeah,
telling me.
they don't have to be on the salvage team for that.
Yeah.
This is the role to determine kind of how well you've laid things out. This determines how much friction is added for your second week of salvage.
Right.
I have a +1 on administer intelligence. I don't know if John is any bit better.
Nope, I'm +0 all the way.
Okay.
It will roll it
Oh, yeah.
then.
Not ideal.
No,
That's not gonna succeed.
that's okay. Would adding a 1 make it succeed?
It would not.
Okay. Well, thankfully we got this one instead.
Yeah, I know you've got a bunch of ways.
Yeah.
Tricksy psychics.
Yeah. Now watch me get a 4.
Now, I am going to.
Look, I believe in you.
well,
Get a 3.
Actually, Elise isn't on the salvaging team, so is going to get time to recover. So I won't even have to restrict your
Is it
scene
Elise?
recovery.
Isn't Elise on it?
Thought it was.
Oh, it's John that's
And
not.
Mom.
Okay, so I'll of course let you retcon if you want to, because this is information after your roll. But I am going to restrict the recovery of
Is this
effort. Yeah, for the whole week, because you guys are a small
salvage.
crew and you are pushing yourselves
See.
after a traumatic event.
Well, I'm okay doing it this once.
Okay.
Next time, everyone is SOL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does a 9 succeed?
It does. It does.
Okay.
The first check for your second week of salvage was difficulty 8. It will increase by +2 every week thereafter, the difficulty of that. And the result of that is if you had failed the check, the friction, 4 friction would have been added to your rolls, which means
Oh, goody.
it's considerably less returns. Succeeding, because normally succeeding will reduce that down to 2 at normal sites. Because the Fiortero is such a rich environment, succeeding that reduces it down to 1.
Ooh.
So you still gain friction, but you still get diminishing returns, but it's not nearly as severe as if you hadn't had such good planning on how to get to the juiciest systems.
We didn't just toss all the rubbish in the way of what we need to work on next.
That's very important.
It's like, all right, we're done working on this. All right, next part. Oh god, that's a lot of rubbish in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm sure there was a cargo bay here. Now there's just a pile of scrap.
In fairness, on a pre-take ship, even some of the scrap is probably useful.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Let's see. Returning. +1 friction. All right. And you said ship structure for the materials.
Yes.
Pardon me. All right. As your week goes on, more of those audio snippets are deciphered by your ship computer. Oh, I know what's wrong with what I've posted already. There's no formatting. I very carefully went and bolded things. Gotta fix that.
Like working the dates.
Did somebody say something?
I was kind of mumbling. I was guessing you're talking about bolding the dates in the message.
Yeah, exactly.
That would match your other
notes, messages.
Couple days into working on your salvaging of the Fiortero, yes, Acid sends this to everyone. The bridge crew, not all the crew, just the bridge crew. It's another audio recording. We put Anatestius behind us. Why didn't they listen? You would think we'd have learned from Femna. Trusted, it's no use now. Those same eggheads say the planet, our home, will hold for 2 months. Enough time to evacuate Shakul and reach the edge. I hope they're right. That one, these are not in chronological order. That one goes back to 2 days before the first one.
Did we know how many planets were in the system?
Yeah, there was Anatestius, Femno, and Shakul.
Okay. I might like get a pride to this. It's like how do you lose multiple planets? How do you screw up multiple planets this badly?
That is a great question.
Maybe we'll find out the answer if we explore some more and go through some more of the recordings that were probably private.
And to be clear, currently there are no planets in the system, right?
There's one, and
there is still one.
You've ostensibly identified that it has on it the same dust that has eaten through the ships in space.
Right, so it's probably not going to be a single planet for much longer, is what you're saying.
Well, it's survived for 600 years since these events.
That does just mean 600 years of wearing down. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, on the scale of the timeline of a planet existing, 600 years isn't long.
It's
but
not,
then again,
true.
they also seem to have ruined planets in under a year. Planets under a year, so yeah.
Let's see how you do with focusing your efforts on the materials. So in the ship structure, Douglas is finding some incredible mesh weaving through various key structural stress points. And it seems like a kind of nanite stabilized nanotubes structure. An actual pre-tech device that doesn't just get worked into the structure itself, but forms around it and creates flexible joints where necessary. Definitely pre-tech device or component that you want to integrate into something. It's fairly worthless on its own.
It would look lovely in our drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Providing the kind of structural support that you absolutely need for those higher tier drives. So you are getting one automatically.
Ooh,
Spicy.
good team.
I think I've forgotten how I've set this up. Hang on.
I certainly don't remember. The trauma from last week just pushed all out of my head.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Oh, right. I don't just give it to you. You still have to roll for it.
Darn it.
It is an int fix.
That's right. I was gonna say it was one that was guaranteed to be there, but not necessarily cured.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think.
It's only difficulty 10 to start. So you're
Only?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's easy. That's an average roll.
For you, maybe.
Alright, so int fix.
Mhm.
I guess anyone helping with this one in particular?
Yeah. You've heard where it kind of what I described. It's deep into like the densest structure of the ship. Who's helping?
Who's gonna pull me out of this hole?
I could try with Exert just to help like take stuff apart and move it.
Okay. I think Exert is a fine way to help here. Go ahead and roll either Dex, Strength, or Con with Exert.
Wait, Dex is an option? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
Don't question it, just roll it.
I mean, you could make it Charisma if you want.
No, my Dexterity is actually higher.
It
Unfortunately,
is?
I'm not sure 8 is high enough.
I'm kidding. That is not going to meet the 10, though. Is anybody else? And this is, helping isn't something that only one person can do. So who else is
Yeah,
helping Douglas with this? Who's helping Doug and Percy with all this?
I was gonna say, can someone help me help Douglas?
Yeah, this is an important piece of infrastructure. This could be an
the help
entire
chain.
crew effort.
I'm trying to think of a non-exert, non-fixed skill that I might be able to apply here.
We chime in with lead.
Although if we can double up, I think I'd just go with exert dex.
I'd prefer not to double up, at least not immediately. If there's no
Can I do
other
work?
yeah.
Work plus
And
dex.
Nox, I did hear you chime in with lead. Is John on the salvage crew?
They're not moving there.
No, I figured he was hanging back after the experiences he's had.
And also after you didn't move yourself out of conference room.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That'll do me. I typed my thing and I totally forgot that we have that board that we use.
That's okay. Well, I don't think anyone's pushing John to go to work.
No.
We
But-
understand from his experiences.
Yeah, but if you want him to be out there helping, he can be. I'm not gonna hold
I
you
mean, we
to.
still-
Oh,
I mean, we still have radio comms. Could he call commands from the ship?
yeah. Can we? I was going to ask if we could do that through radio comms with maybe schematics or I guess general knowledge.
I think that's okay. Yeah. I've established that your vac suits are transmitting audio and video to anybody who at mission control the bridge wants to
It's like
be.
when I found this, I
monitoring.
basically all points bulletin. We need to get this out of here.
Yeah.
Don't mess this up. This is some good stuff.
So Elise can put to her use the I'm assuming you've got at least a 0 in work.
I don't.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
I was actually.
If we're talking about skills that I have got points into, it's administer, connect, talk, notice, perform.
can I roll a help
sneak
for
and
myself with the work?
Oh, not sneak.
cannot.
Shoot. Just shoot.
Let's hold off on you there, Jackal.
Yeah,
Nox, go
Jackal,
ahead
I
and
would-
roll John's lead.
because there's only one. You only need one success on the help,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which it doesn't. You can't stack it anyways. Okay, yeah, there we go. That solves the dilemma.
Yeah, Nox, how does given the situation that you've got here, John's on the bridge, kind of watching everyone work. First of all, I'd like to know, how does he feel sitting back watching the younger kids do the scrapping?
After the previous bad experiences with trying to help out with the scrapping, he's taken a more, I guess, backseat organizational role in it.
Okay.
He sees if he can recognize any kind of markers on the ships and then pull up schematics and try and organize things that way. Or if people lose sight of each other, he keeps track of them.
Okay. And so, from the bridge, how is his leadership in combination with Percy's efforts, Doug's efforts there, and Elise's. Basically, I think at this point they're all there trying to make sure that this delicate piece of pre-tech machinery, oddly delicate for what it does, is safely recovered. How does his leadership assist all of them?
It's great when it's in position. It's not intended to be moved, though. That's
I guess just pulling up. These schematics are kind of, I guess, presenting just kind of the information on it. It's all textbook, but it is, from the textbook. So
Okay. So kind of
Which
the more
we haven't read.
the more administrative side of lead, but it's still part of lead in knowing how to get to information that's relevant to his team and accurately relaying that. I think that's a fair and fun image visual there with John kind of would you say droning on with this info?
Yeah,
Okay. John
it's
droning.
definitely dry.
Yeah. Um, um, as you guys are circling around this well, tight space and a little bit of angled effort from Percy, um, and Elise, we'll still allow you applying your work there. Your -1 work, Elise. Putting some what's it just actual work experience where Elise has worked in her life at some point. Well, Sarah did. Um, the piece. Let's see. Go ahead and roll it. Yaukin.
Ah.
Pressure's on now after all that narration.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No question. Oh, here, hold on. Let me make sure I add my +1 modifier.
Don't roll a bunch of ones.
Yeah, I don't have a specialist or anything.
Woo!
Mm.
Oh,
Oh
goodness.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a bunch of ones, but it's a bunch of ones in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Static
I mean-
ones.
Is two really a bunch?
It can be.
It's a very small bunch.
It is.
I mean,
Like if you had a thing
You could
with
say-
grapes that only had 2 grapes on it, would you say it's a bunch of grapes?
it is still a bunch of grapes.
Yeah.
I would argue.
yeah.
I mean, if they're still attached to the vine, right? Or like 2 bananas that are still attached. It's a bunch of bananas.
Look, he got a
Mm.
1 and another 1 with a +1. That's a bunch of ones.
I didn't roll a single one. Thank you very much.
You got 11. That's 2 1s. What are you talking about?
Oh, that is 2 ones. You're right. 1 + 1 is 11.
Don't forget the other +1.
That is how maths works.
No. That would be 111 though. If you had another one.
I don't think it works like
no,
that.
Oh, it
No, it's
does.
no, it's because you rolled. It's because you rolled with a +1 that you have 2 ones, right?
Right. Otherwise,
so
it
you
would
rolled
be
a 1, and then +1
yeah.
means you got 2 ones.
Anyways, the important part is we have materials.
You have materials. Now there are other things that go into the depths of this ship infrastructure that you can also try to pry out. They'll
Yeah,
they
but
will
now I don't need to worry about we got nothing. Now it's just all bonus.
now it's just all bonus. The difficulty goes up by 2, and it is randomized to what's left available to the ship. So do you want to try it? I mean, the obvious answer is yes.
Yes.
Why would we not?
Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm not feeling like it now. I'm kind of tired. Douglas doesn't really want to work anymore.
Come on, you were the first one that volunteered to go work.
So, funny thing, it turns out that that bit of nanite nanotubing was joining another section of nanite nanotubing.
Ooh.
There's another materials part on offer. If you can get wriggled in, this is more difficult, and I'll let you keep the +1 that has already been rolled because it's basically the same thing.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and roll again.
Yeah.
Modifier 1. Just...
Go get him.
Ooh.
Now do I
don't.
re-roll for it, or do we settle?
Do you think anything else is going to come up in this scene that you need to re-roll
I mean,
for?
yeah, That's
I,
probably fine. I'll reroll it.
yeah, I will say that this was your pre-tech grab for the scene. You were able to target the location, and unfortunately, the boon trouble roll did not roll either boon or trouble. So this is the pre-tech you get in this week.
Okay. Well, now we'll go ahead and reroll it then.
Okay.
A reroll for potential.
Woo!
Hey!
Nice. Yep.
The 6 was behind my screen, so all I saw was there. It's like, oh no!
Just because we're not getting pre-tech doesn't mean that we're getting nothing if you roll it.
That's true. That is, however, one more materials, and
We'll need a lot of those for the big gun.
Ew. And
Personally, very
there's
much looking forward to the big gun.
also a defunct generator that's hidden deep within the bowels of the ship. It's a backup generator. It's exclusively for the spike plate, because a ship this size has got to have a lot of generations and little momentary, or not momentary, little spatial failures. You know, the plate is going to the amount of power that it requires is going to cause little outages here and there, and you've found one of the backup generators that is designed to try and minimize that. And to do that, they have used pre-tech that amplifies the tiny, tiny little line of current that's going into it. Does somehow mix it with metaspace and produces a ton more energy than it receives. There's an amp on offer for a difficulty 14.
All right. Is this the same? Carrying over the bonus?
I do want
+1?
new rolls for this.
Can anyone actually get to a 14? Not a help roll. I guess the lead could.
You'd need at least a +2.
That is a good point. That's a little bit unfair. This is, I mean,
I guess Percy's and actually both what Percy did and
I could do it
John did.
if we can roll talk. Can I talk to the man?
Talk me through it. Talk me through it as I
This way to the
decide.
part.
Basically,
Yeah.
you could argue it's kind of like defusing a bomb, right? And you need to talk me through it.
I
And
will
keeping his
let
mind
talking-
on the task.
I'll
No
let the
casual
aid roll.
Talking and
conversation.
nobody explodes.
I'll let the aid roll
Unfortunately.
against 10, which was the base difficulty of this run. It still needs a new aid roll, but it can at least be at the base difficulty before you went, and got 2 more tiers of stuff.
I was going to say, if I can figure out how to make stab, shoot, exert, notice relevant, or anything with dexterity, I'm in with a shout.
Well,
Notice is probably pretty viable.
yeah, notice is viable.
Pretty easy one to apply to a lot of
okay.
situations.
You're in
Okay.
very tight maintenance tunnels that are, really designed for the.
They had such a huge ship, and they made these maintenance tunnels so small. Of course, I say
Right,
that it's
what's
probably
the
must be
point?
tight because Douglas being big.
Mm.
But
Douglas is
Yeah. Yeah, like
Percy-
if Gas was there, they'd
Percy-
seem normal size.
No, Percy agrees. He's quite big as well. Also, I just noticed that my previous roll was an 8, but that was a +3, so I'm still on that streak of 5s and 6s from last week.
keep it up.
Let's hope that I can break it.
You're trying
Come
to
on,
hit
come
a
on.
10 here.
Damn it.
Nope.
Yeah. 5
And
plus
that
4.
was with a +3, so fuck me.
Yep.
That's
So-
getting miserable.
I'm still not seeing talk there, Jackal.
Talk me through it.
Oh, did you want me to actually roll it?
No, I'm still not seeing talk as a skill. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
got
I
excited there for that
thought you were, yeah, me too. I was like, you thought you were saying, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm not seeing your talk roll. Where is it?
Unintentional
That's what I thought you
misleading.
meant as well.
Look. Here's my personal advocacy for talk as a skill here, right?
All right, let's hear it.
There's a certain amount of chit chat that you have to keep the pressure low at work, while also keeping the work casual and fun, right?
Okay. I'm
And
hearing this.
Keeping those high morale spirits is something that's valuable. Like, let's not focus on the fact that this work is grueling and hard, or the fact that we just had bombshells dropped on our emotional psyches. Let's focus on the fact that, like, if you had to pick any animal whatsoever to have as a pet, animal would you want, and what would you name it?
All right, if everyone will answer that, then I will let you roll the talk.
Well, I mean, Douglas is a total dog person, right?
All right, what would he name it?
That's it. Stan. Stan the dog.
I am writing these down because that's fantastic. Stan the dog. Percy.
Percy's always admired the super sharp eyesight of birds, I think, so some sort of bird.
Okay. Like
I
a
think
parrot,
for
a
the
toucan?
actual name of it, it would.
Like a parrot, a toucan?
I'm thinking more like along the lines of falcon.
Bird of
Yeah,
prey.
Okay.
like
Let's
bird of
go
prey. That's it. Yeah.
peregrine falcon, maybe? Those are a little bit smaller.
Sure. Yeah, the super fast ones. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess what he would actually call it would probably depend on what color it was. Actually, like maybe something snowy for a white bird, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, you get a pick, so.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, true. Okay.
So, snow peregrine.
Sure. I said already. Yeah, snowy for a white peregrine falcon.
Yeah. All right, that seems fairly natural to Percy, actually. I'm gonna give you that little nod. That seems familiar.
Oh.
Das. I'm gonna get to you last, Jackal. Das.
Oh god. Yeah, this is. I mean, the what animal I think is somewhat easy. I think Das feels a lot like me. Definitely cats.
Okay.
But names, I'm just terrible at names. So, like me
Let's give it an
personally,
old
I'm
person.
just bad at
Let's give it
names.
an old person name. That's what I've always done.
Gertrude.
Oh my god, how'd you know what I was thinking? I was thinking Gertrude too.
Or a musician. That's what
Molly.
we use for a lot of our cats.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I'm terrible at names. So.
A musician
Oh,
looks like
just a
Doug.
color.
You get called Doug.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, hear me out, right? Ginja, you'll appreciate this because you know British accents better than the rest of these guys, okay?
Go on.
Douglas starts with Doug, so if you name a cat after him, Catless.
All right. What is it, Ginja? Catless or Doug?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's.
Well, I've already written Doug.
This is all in support of the talk roll. You've got to answer. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Elise doesn't roll talk.
I mean, like, if Doug was not around, Doug would be a reasonable name there. Like, but like, Das would not get a cat and call it Doug while Doug is still around.
It would be kind of weird to say that in the cat dog.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
In a
it's
conversation
simple.
between the crew.
It's simple. You just have human Douglas and cat Douglas.
That's
Well,
actually part of the
Here's an
exercise,
idea.
though.
Why don't we name it after a collective trauma, Henry?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that put that down. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Henry said, we actually had a cat called Henry once.
All right, Knox. What is John's animal and what does he name it?
Was there any more context to that question, or was it just
This is basically banter that Elise has kind of coaxed and coached through to take minds off of the grueling work and the grueling trauma.
Yes. Is it pick an animal and name it? I was asking what the actual.
Oh, sorry, Jackal.
The question was, if you could have any animal you want, right? Let's assume that like the cost of keeping it and like the logistics of keeping it are going to be taken care of, right? And you just have to provide it love and companionship. What animal do you want, and what's their name?
We'll say a homing pigeon.
Ah.
Practical.
All right, and what is his name?
We'll call it Powder.
Huh.
Powder homing pigeon.
You better hope the powder doesn't meet Snowy up there in the sky, or I suspect it may not end well for powder.
All right, and Elise, you're last. What's Elise's pick?
Yeah, you have to answer
I
your
want a
question.
penguin.
Nice. Nice.
And what is the penguin named?
I'm gonna name it after one of the Beatles, Paul.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll that talk check.
We got a lot of human named pets.
Yeah.
Look, okay, look. If you roll crap now, if you fail the roll,
I'm giving you a
They'll all
+1,
done for
Jackal.
nothing. You
Oh!
Yes.
Do I get a +2 now?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
you know what? I was about to joke about exactly that happening. Double sixes, but holy shit!
Nice.
Wow.
You beat the actual
Holy
DC when I had already said we can do it at the base, and I'm giving you a +2 for that.
All right, I'm rolling the fix then. And double ones.
No.
Even
I
better.
needed a 14, didn't I?
Fuck.
You did need a 14.
I added the 2 mods, so underwhelming. But hey, it was fun. I wasn't stressed out about the roll anymore, so at least there's that.
See, the talk roll worked. And out of character, the talk roll worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about the actual result. I mean, it didn't get us actual results, but it was fun.
But it gave us a laugh, and it gave Dix plot fuel to potentially use against us in the future somehow. I don't know how he would use our pet preferences against us, but I have faith in his creativity.
Watch, we're gonna go back in our memories, and we're all gonna have a pet with that. We're gonna have that exact pet, that exact name.
Why the fuck did Sarah have a penguin? Where did she get it?
Yeah.
Does anyone else find this suspicious at all? That when Percy in particular was talking about birds, he was sort of like, "Oh right, yeah, like a white like a peregrine falcon. Oh yeah, like a white one." I feel like he was nudging me.
That is true. You did get more suggestions than anyone else, and then he's like, "Oh, this sounds familiar. Or this feels familiar to you."
Next time I go in that fucking memory machine, I'm looking for a fucking bird.
To be fair, I was just trying to get more specific than a bird. That's why I put out the toucan and the parrot as kind of comedically unsuitable examples.
Yeah. See, those out there.
I was getting there, and even though you're saying this, I'm still not quite sure I trust you.
That's fair. That's fair. I have lied to you guys in the past. I will admit that. Of course, I could be lying right now about lying.
You can't trust your DM. Who can you trust?
So after all that, unfortunately, you get into the meat of the generator, and this wasn't a failure of skill. Douglas did nothing wrong here. It's just burnt out. It flickered. It appears to have flickered and had to flash itself on and off way too many times as everything was catastrophically failing. And he can see what it's supposed to do, and he can see that it's a burnt fuse. But there's certainly opportunity to find more of those throughout the ship.
And hey, our spirits have all been raised.
I missed that. What was that?
I said, and our spirits have all been raised.
Yeah, your spirits and your spirit animals have all been raised.
Can we ask the crew that actually still has some the NPC crew that still has memories? Like, hey, what was the pet policy on the Raza?
I thought you were going to say, can we ask the rest of the crew what pets they would want?
Porcelain did not allow pets on the Raza.
Porcelain's not here.
Okay.
Let's get a penguin.
Where are we going to get a penguin? Actually, where are we going to get any pets, actually? Oh, you know what? March has pets.
March definitely has pets.
probably. Can we get a penguin now?
Almost certainly.
Almost
No.
certainly.
Penguin's gonna have such a sad life on the ship. There's no snow or ice. There's nothing for them to play
I'll
around
have
with
to
unless
create-
we
I'll
like
have to
make the
create the
cargo
snow
deck a
room.
winter wonderland.
I'll just have to make.
Okay.
You know, I can make a snow machine. It can't be hard to make a snow machine, can it?
I get the feeling you would have to cannibalize the fridge to do that.
Well, I mean, no. To be fair, if we're on March, I'm sure I can get the parts there.
Hmm. Alternatively, you could get the parts to build a holodeck, which, in addition to being useful for other things, would also let us have a penguin without feeling morally bad about it.
So you want Tamagotchis?
Not quite. You can't really interact with Tamagotchi.
Tell that to
I
all
mean,
the
you
people
can,
that had
but
them.
not in the same way. I mean, you can
Oh, man,
interact, but not in the
like
same way you can on a holodeck. You know?
You want advanced
Man,
Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
A holodeck
Well-
Tamagotchis, though, that would actually be pretty awesome to have on a
Look,
ship.
look, Tamagotchis came about in the early 2000s. I want 3250 Tamagotchis.
Yep.
All right, let's do the tedious part and roll your actual salvage take before we take a break here. So, the friction here is 4 because it only increased by 1. And for let's see, spare parts is con, fix, and admin. Whoever's the highest among your salvage crew for those.
I'll take the admin.
In the fix.
I don't like rolling
I'm
these,
not
so
the-
who's rolling it? I see Meowkin typing.
I've done plenty of rolls, so if someone else wants to get some rolling in.
I don't trust myself with dice.
I mean, I'm always willing to
Edwin?
roll, regardless of how bad I'm doing lately.
I like the sounds of the clickety clacks.
So what are we rolling? Was it 3d6 plus?
Yep, it's 3d6 plus your highest con, I think, is a 1.
Yeah, probably. I don't think anyone has con 2.
I sure
Oh,
Douglas
don't.
fix.
Or do they?
I think so.
Plus
I'm
fix is
not
2.
actually
Yeah.
even certain about the 1.
I've got a +1 con, so.
Oh, okay.
So we have at least +1.
Yep.
But yeah, I
Nah, plus
got
2 fix.
nothing to add for any of those.
And we had an
And-
admin of +1.
Yep.
Or do we have a +2 somewhere?
Not
So
yet.
con 1, fix 2, admin 1.
Yep. And then -4 for the friction.
Alright, so
Okay, so it basically
Neutral.
balances out.
yeah, pretty average.
Balances out.
A little-
Reasonable, yeah.
All right.
it's a roll.
As a roll.
Yeah, that's just a plain and simple 4,000 spare parts.
Oh,
Say 4,000.
ka-ching.
Next is con, exert, and fix.
I got +1 for exert.
I've got +2 for exert.
Okay.
God damn it.
So this is one
I don't know
higher
if I
than
can
your
use that.
actual.
I've got -1 for exert.
You know, it's starting to feel like we're just leaving Douglas to do all the work. But in fairness, he is the best suited person to do
Nah,
it. So.
He's throwing himself into it, so yeah, and I'll go ahead and get those
Yeah.
rolls in. Hey, look, the same. Kind of.
Average. Yep.
Huh.
Let me see.
All right, and the last one is going to be somebody different. Is wisdom, notice, and trade.
I'll have at it. I ain't got
Okay.
those.
I got 1 for notice.
I have 1 for notice, and I have +2 in wisdom.
All right. So that's 1 and 1 for notice.
Mhm.
Sorry. Yeah. 2 wisdom, 1 notice. Anybody got trade?
I'm guessing I can't
Not
because
me.
I'm not on the salvage group.
I've got
Yeah.
+0.
Dima is on the salvage party though, and
Ah.
can qualify as a +1 for trade.
Woo.
Cool.
Okay, let's go.
So that's 2-1-1. It's another straight roll.
Mhm. Okay. I'll roll this one. I've got a better feeling about 3d6 than 2.
Okay.
+4, right?
It's just a 3d6. It's a +4 and a -4.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hey, look at
There
that.
we go.
About average again.
Slightly above average. Slightly above average.
Yeah.
All
Slightly.
of those are exactly based. You got the exact baseline for every single one of these.
Huh.
Yeah, 10 and 11's the same on these tables.
As expected.
Honestly, I'm just glad that I stopped rolling garbage.
Mm.
So this has been a better week in terms of collecting
We've
spare
done a good-
parts.
We've done a good job of channeling our emotions into our work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the case here. Last week you only came away with 2,000 spare parts. It was there were some issues with getting access to things, and the administrative work that you've done in between has definitely helped your workflow in general.
We found
And-
a rhythm.
And I'm going to say also that, characterize this how you will, but you guys shared a pretty intense bonding experience. It may not have all been together at the same time, but you all experienced your own little personal traumas in the same space and in the same space of time. You all saw each other come out of that, well, except for John, worse for wear, and you can at least have felt like you shared that experience. So, with combined with John's leadership and sitting on a bridge safe, nobody's having to worry about him.
Yeah,
And-
what the hell happened? The 4 traumatized people are out on the dangerous ship when the guy who came out of it best is staying back.
No, only 3 of them. Das is still sitting
right.
on the ship.
Oh,
Well,
true,
also
yeah.
because the 4 traumatized people were traumatized mentally, while John, sitting on the ship, has been physically put in peril twice.
Okay, yeah, it sounds more fair when you put it that way.
Every time 119 leaves the ship, some shit happens.
Twice bitten, once shy.
Yeah.
And so if you're keeping track, you've got. I see you already put 4,000 spare parts up there. Well, you put 4,000 question mark up there. You also have
Oh, else. Yeah.
Oh, lucky.
25 tons of the parts basic,
Not bad.
and Percy's eye combined with Dima giving you some ideas, some references on what might be valuable, and what dignitaries that came to Henry Station were most interested in. Gets you nets you a full 5 tons of ancient art. Native artwork is what it is on the list.
Ooh.
And you've started identifying what seems to be rarer and more valuable among this culture. You've got basically the Beanie Babies, and they're all fairly valuable, except in these people's case, it's the Beanie Babies are some kind of hard ceramic-like material. Harder than plastic, and has those little ghostly visages to it. But just like amongst Beanie Babies, there are some that you see far less often. They are rarer and more valuable, and you're starting to identify the rarest of the ghost beans. We'll call them ghost beans.
Ghost beans.
Yeah.
See how it sounds like you're talking about Among Us characters after they die? Ghost beans.
Did I show you the picture of the toys?
No, you did not, I don't
I
think.
don't think so.
Oh.
I don't remember.
adding ghost beans to the. So now it's native R and in parentheses Mirren ghost beans.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 tons of ghost beans. See,
Yeah.
that sounds like it should be something.
Actually, no, we're up to 13 tons of ghost beans. Thank you very much.
Oh wow, 5 more tons of ghost beans. See, that sounds like it should be some sort of cooking ingredient. Like you get ghost peppers, right? Ghost beans.
Mm, mm.
Hey, look, ghost
Yeah,
beans.
where is cook on the skill list anyway?
Oh. So you
Cook
do have
is
hard
under
work.
work.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh wow, nice.
Oh right, yeah.
Look at you using AI.
I know, right?
wait, who what? Where? Oh, God,
Which
so
one do you
many
think is
of
the rarest?
so many of these remind me of the toggles from Dragon Quest XI.
I feel like I feel like the more asymmetrical, the rarer they are.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that blue thing right in the center does not look like a ghost bean, same as a lot of the other ones.
See, that's the thing that gets you. Yeah, it's
Like this
a
one
sneaky
here.
ghost. It's a sneaky
It looks
ghost bean.
different. Also, I don't know which one's the most valuable, but I like this little guy over here. This one. I like this one.
Yeah.
It's got actual little arms.
So these ones would
Kind of.
probably be all fairly common. I described in one of our sessions when you first discovered them that a lot of them have asymmetrical eyes, one higher than the other, and those are going to be the most valuable.
Hmm.
I'll shrink this down to a reasonable size, and let's see. What size am I using for these? Let me check that first. Oh, I don't have any straight squares, that's why. Oh, 512 sounds good. Literally 1/4 the size. Yeah. Put that right here. We'll put that right here.
Left there for posterity.
Hmm.
Alright, and so it's about 1:15. Why don't we take a 15-minute break and come back at 1:30?
That's good.
Alright.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And just before we go, I'm just going to post a picture and image dump of what tacos look like, so you know what I'm talking about. So you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Tacos. I know what tacos look like.
Gonna put us back in frame. And oops. It's been a week, so if anybody wants to go back in, they can.
Yep.
Is that a Percy wants to?
That
What?
is absolutely a Percy wants to. And do you know what?
You didn't get
I
enough
think
last
Percy
time?
Yeah, no. Seeing my dad get shot by my adoptive dad 3 times wasn't enough. I was thinking of going back for a 4th.
Alright, well, we can arrange that.
Thank God. But yeah, I think Percy would actually ask Acid before going in, I think. That if he, like, I assume somebody would have mentioned to him, like, or I imagine he probably would have tried to go in sooner once he cooled off a bit and got told the same thing about, oh, you can't, your memories get all whirled up and don't want you touching them, it needs a while to calm down.
Yeah,
But
now,
I think,
to be clear, that's just what Acid has heard. She doesn't know it. If Percy were to insist, she would let him try again before the week was over.
No, he's not that desperate yet. It's not like we're on a time crunch.
Okay.
But what I think Percy would ask is if he goes in and whirls up his own memories off the data chip, would it then be possible to safely try and look at somebody else's memories from a different chip within that time period? Just hypothetically.
Should be.
Okay, useful to know. But yeah, Percy's wanting to take an spin at the memory game.
All right. I see. Elise.
You're just looking forward to traumatizing me some more, aren't you?
Acid has no response to that and just opens up the stasis tube.
Oh, that was actually a question to Dex, not Acid, but okay.
Oh, no, my bad,
Just
my
because I
bad.
had you laughing.
Yes, I was actually laughing at Jackal's comment from Elise.
Ah, right, yeah. Okay. I realised I just jumped straight in. Does anybody else want to have an pop at the memories as well, or is it just me?
119 will be making pretty frequent steps in.
Okay.
Hmm.
I still call it dibs because I got nothing that I didn't already know about last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's try to move them a little bit faster this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna put us over to the screen with the music because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think through that week of salvaging, and also while this is going on, Das is sort of she's out for meals, but otherwise she's pretty much keeping to herself.
Mm. Oh, great. Okay. But yeah, I'll jump in. I'll jump in the test tube again.
All right. There's that nauseating presence in this space, and it's a little bit firmer this time. Being his second time in, Percy gets more the sensation that this isn't just memories that he's kind of weirdly viewing from some kind of device, but that his mental state is in an actual space somewhere.
Huh. Interesting.
And
Okay.
with that, what does he want to interrogate?
Yeah, I see. The handy thing is that I still have the same slate of questions ready from last time because none of them got answered. But
Let me
yeah,
just pull up
so
his thing. Where was he?
yeah, sure.
Oh no, I'm just scrolling in Discord to find his. Go for it.
Oh sure. Yeah. So first question again, because this is the thing that's pressing on Percy's mind the most, is the day that he went to the hospital when Delilah was there and got arrested for disturbing the peace. I'm basically just trying to remember anything about that, as much of that as I can.
Okay. I think I let you roll a shoot check last time.
You did, which concerned me. Wisdom, right?
I think I may have I may have mistaken or like misinterpreted and thought you were talking about like meeting her. The day of the hospital. No, actually, I guess yeah, that is shoot. Yep, sorry, no, my bad. That's shoot. You could also roll it with notice.
If anything, I somehow feel even worse now. But yeah, shoot is actually higher than notice, so it's a wisdom check either way, right?
It is a wisdom check either way, yes.
Okay, please don't be an R5. Please don't be an R5.
Hey, an 8 is what you need.
Yes.
6 plus 2.
Finally, memories.
So it wasn't a 5, it was a 6, but that was enough.
Look, I'll take it at this point, okay?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. The dripping and the whooshing of air turns into the beeps of machines and the murmur of activity and a directive directed at him. Hold up, you look familiar. Words he had avoided for 3 years. Lying to stay on the farm when they went into the city, lying about where he came from, how he was shot. But the birth of his child made him reckless, and she wouldn't take no for an answer. He waved Delilah and her parents to go on without him, lied again, said he was sure this was a misunderstanding. Then when they were through the doors and around the corner, did what Trail taught him best. 3 guards down, not dead, and miles away he stopped. Delilah didn't have a phone, and even if she did, what would he say? They'll be watching her. She's hours from giving birth. Maybe they won't tell her right away. She's been sharing a bed with a violent pirate serving under Trail Harmond, among Cootie Tahirti's most wanted. She has innocent eyes. They'll believe she never knew, that she wasn't harboring him. She'll be safer without him.
Well.
So, does it feel better or worse having...
Yes.
I have added it to the full text of it to
Thanks.
your list.
I think. Yeah. Can I, like, as part of that memory, can I get or first of all, do I remember what she looks like, and do I remember what her full name is?
Her full name is Delilah. She doesn't have a last name. And yeah,
okay.
in that memory, she is radiant. She's glowing, and she's got a big, full belly. She looks like the picture that he found in his room.
Okay, well, good to know, I guess. Fuck, her not having a surname makes this harder. Okay, so she didn't. So she never actually knew that Percy was a pirate, huh? See, I'm torn. I kind of want to prod at that from another angle, but there's also something else I wanted to. No, you know what? I do want to prod at that from another angle now. Percy wouldn't immediately change topic after seeing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it seems like she didn't know that he was a pirate. Huh. I kind of want to prod at that some more, but I'm not sure how to frame it as a question.
Well, I'll give you some help there.
Okay.
There are multiple core memories swirling around this this subject of his life.
Yeah, I got the same bastard one 3 times in a row last week.
No. Multiple core memories around Delilah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, I guess Percy's head is a little bit all over the place from seeing that and that revelation that somebody who he cared about that much didn't know that fundamental part of him. So, yeah, I feel like it's natural that Percy would have trouble framing a specific question or a specific thing that he wants to see, because he just wants to remember as much as he can. So if there's multiple core memories swirling about, I think he would just go with the flow and see what they've got to show.
So, what's he more interested in? Life with Delilah? Like, obviously, that was kind of the end of an era. With does he want the bulk of the era, life with her, or meeting her?
Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
I can tell you that one of those will be shoot and one will be talk. I also don't mind telling you which if you want to know.
No, it's fine. I suspected the meeting was shoot because that was right after Percy got shot. She nursed him back to health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk would just be day-to-day life. Makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with the meeting actually, because I'm curious to know about that, and I'm also curious to know, like what, because presumably Percy see a ton of people attractive and otherwise as a space pirate, and people who would be more like compatible in that line of work, I guess. So if nothing else, I'm also really curious to see what it was about her that made Percy fall for her in the first place. So it was shoot wisdom, you said?
Uh-huh.
Come on. Ah.
Needed a 10.
Damn it.
So you know what happens next, right?
Yeah.
Blood dripping.
Yep. Dead dad, new dad.
You got a hole in your hull.
Yep.
Laughter.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like at that point Percy's almost just irritated as he's sort of brushing it off. You know, at that point, since that was something about his dad, that will, or his adoptive dad, that will drag him to the other line of questioning that he was curious about. Because remember, he was real pissed off with his adoptive dad after last time.
Mm-hmm.
So what Percy's going to try and find now is any positive memories of life with his adoptive father.
Okay. It is another shoot wisdom.
And Percy's life really has revolved around gunfire, hasn't it?
Oh my
damn it.
goodness.
Well, who was it said you can't erase the fundamental bits, or you change the person too much? Like, and I think Percy's guns was an example there.
Yeah.
Yeah, acid.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it makes sense that a lot of it is going to be shoot.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just funny to point it out. But yeah, dead dad, new dad, guns, blood, hole in the hull, laughing arsehole, etc. Fifth
Yep.
time. Yeah, at this point, Percy's just pissed again. I'll call it there.
Okay.
Like, he's not. I think Acid would be able to see this time, and anyone else who's there, he's not visibly raging like he was the last time he came out, because it's not new this time, but it looks a bit sort of. Withdrawn is the wrong word, because that would imply that he's shying back on himself, and he's not, but. Yeah, clearly thinking, I guess.
All right, I think Knox said that John wanted to go in again.
He did, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. John goes back in, and he feels the same thing as Percy did. That this isn't just viewing memories on some kind of pre-text screen. That his mental state is somewhere. And what does John want to interrogate?
John wants to know what working with Porcelain was like.
Okay. That is not a core memory for him, so it's not a difficult one. It's going to have a base of 8, and John only had a +1, so difficulty 9. I think this would again be a lead check with wisdom.
Righty. Menus.
All right. Working with porcelain, I don't have anything written for this, so if you're a note taker, take notes. Working with porcelain, he gets this memory of ruthless and calculated, but rageful efficiency. Like normally he would associate calculated with cold, like Shiro. But Porcelain's calculatedness was perhaps tempered by the allies surrounding her, one of which was Android. But there was a lot of anger that went into planning the attacks on various stations and targets, and that's what John remembers is the ruthless rage efficiency of being EXO to Porcelain. She stroked a lot of what John likes, and let's not make too much of an innuendo about that. Her way of doing things was right up his alley. She didn't try to get people on her ship killed, but she was very pragmatic in her decisions. She did play the protective captain more than he would have, but she took the risks. And what John got there wasn't just a what it's like, but a mishmash of memories, sequences of events that gave him these impressions.
Alright. Do I have, I guess, the general emotive check during those periods of time?
What do you mean?
What was John feeling?
Oh, during those periods of time, John was feeling a combination of excitement, and a little bit of a counterpoint of boredom underlying the surface of that. Um, this crew was too good. The risks that were taken played out perfectly. Not always perfect, but they reacted, they adapted, and generally made the risky calls that the risky calls that they made ended up being no risk just because they were that good. And that kind of bored him.
Okay.
Hmm.
I want to see what John can, what can be pulled from the device as to John's latest memories before going into stasis.
Okay.
If that's a thing that can be done there.
Yeah, it is. It is a traumatic enough event, a serious enough event, and recent that the base difficulty is only 6. So your check for this is a 9.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Yeah, I'm reading it right. Yes, it's a 9.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, nope.
The
I
first
mean, you
of
made
a
the
many.
base difficulty.
Yeah.
So comes back to feeling like there's been another empty threat and pointless space battle. That seems like almost like it is in answer to him seeking out the events that led him into stasis, but he quickly realizes that whatever did lead him, lead the crew to go into stasis, um, that whole ignore targets, ignore incoming target engines, it's getting in the way.
He'll circle back around to it another time.
Okay.
I think he'll actually call it there.
Yeah, he's at a +5 difficulty right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. How's he feeling coming out of this?
A little bit frustrated. There's a lot of information that he wants from all of this, and being limited with how he's able to pull information makes it seem like this is going to take a while for, small rewards.
Oh, and I forgot to roll for you. This is for Percy or System Strain.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so did I. And John takes 3. He did not recover. Sorry, John recovered System Strain over the last week of salvage. Percy did not.
Did Das?
Das did, yes.
Yeah. Is that back to 0 then? Is it 1 per day or something?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, Cass is going to need to take a breather after this one.
3 system strain?
Yes.
Okay.
So you regain 1 per full day of rest, right? That's it.
Yeah, you regain 1 per full day of rest once you're Well, no, it's not normally one per full day. It's normally just one per day. I'm the
Okay.
one that's placing the limitation of you don't get those days when you're working your butt off.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
But yeah, I just want to be clear that normally it's just one per day. You don't even have to
Mm-hmm.
make it a full day of rest. You can still be doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else want to go in?
I think that was a very hearty no from Elise. I'm not sure about the other two.
Definitely a no from Elise.
Yeah, Das
I
is
reckon.
Das like there's answers that she wants, but she does not want to see that again. So
I think Douglas is willing.
Okay.
Mostly just get some of the. Really, just kind of look for the core memories for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess whatever direction they're pulling me. I guess aside from the dominant.
Let me pull back to where you were at. You were the first one. No, not the first one. The second one.
No, that was the second one. Yeah.
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 Well, you still got some core memories out there. In being a little bit more familiar with the contents there, just like everyone else, you can kind of see that many of those rotate around the band.
Did I ever figure out what started the fire that I was accused of starting?
You did not.
Okay. So pretty much, I pretty much just lashed out at the government then, in a big way. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, I do want to be clear. I think you know this, but the fire that Douglas started did not burn his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Wait, I did start. No, yeah. Because that was. I didn't. I'm not talking about a fire. I didn't start a fire at some point, did I? I was accused of starting a fire, and then I blew things up.
Explosions can start fires.
Yes, but that's a secondary effect. Or was there one where I specifically started a fire?
What is it with everyone being accused of starting fires?
I
Right?
could have sworn that was one of the unwritten ones that
The unwritten one was me setting the explosives and blowing up the government buildings.
Oh well,
So
yes.
I wouldn't call that starting a fire though. That's just setting off explosives.
Okay, that's what I'm referring to. There were fires that resulted from those explosives.
Yeah, but again, that's a secondary effect. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess just if I have any memories about serving on the Raza, is there anything, or is it all pretty much around the band?
No, there's definitely memories about serving on the Raza. They're not core. You would have to
Yeah.
investigate them, and it'll be more difficult.
Okay. I feel like this would be more useful, but I guess I'll just get some of my own memories. I really want to I want to dig those cores out there.
All right.
I haven't had
So
people constantly telling me that I, was better before or better now. Like some people.
so it's yeah, he's got some positive memories with the band and some yeah, actually he kind of runs the gamut.
Let's go for a positive memory of the band. And then we'll follow up with a negative memory of the band. Wait, no, maybe I should go the other way around. What do y'all think? Nah. We'll go positive first.
I think that you're being very optimistic. You could still fucking watch us roll and get your core memory again.
Yeah, that's true. Which, let me see, mine was the, oh yeah, being locked up in prison. Yeah. Did he ever really love her? Yada yada. Yeah, that fun bit.
Yeah. So what's first, positive or not so positive?
Do I want the good news or the bad news? Is really the question.
Difficulty for either of them is going to be 7.
Bear in mind that whichever
Alright.
one you go for first is going to make the other harder to get.
Yep.
That's true. We'll go with the good news. What am I rolling? Perform?
Yep. Perform and wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, well, there we go. I just get locked in jail again.
Locked in jail, and so is that memory until next week.
All right. So, bad news?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Your difficulty is 9.
You know what? Why not? Aside from,
Oh,
hey!
there you go. You
Good.
should've-
Yay, I get the bad news.
Your gut instinct was right. You should have gone bad news and then good news.
That's okay. I'm sure I'll come out of this fine.
Let's see. So it is a little bit of a downer. Another local venue paying for their performance with a bite to eat, a few drinks, and a handful of credits. The crowd is half interested and half drunk. Most of them only hanging around because they haven't got anywhere else to be. Not far from the band, except they're not drunk yet. So it's a one of the shorter ones that I wrote, so I'm absolutely going to offer more context there. It's kind of a slice of meaningless life, the meaningless life of a performer who isn't a celebrity. At least, by a certain viewpoint. This is Douglas, a man who enjoys what he is doing in the moment, but is going nowhere with it.
So I guess the question is goes essentially frustrated that it's not going anywhere, or just
Yeah, the frustration of believing you're good, knowing that you're good, and that you could be so much somewhere else, so much better, if there weren't personal quirks holding you back. Except they're not drunk yet is kind of a stinger to the band is going to be drunk. Maybe they're not as invested in this as he is.
yeah, they're holding me back. Maybe, I don't know. Okay.
Oh, you're currently at a +5 difficulty.
Yeah, no, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. All right. Don't want that Dan lockup again.
Yeah, nope, I don't want to risk that.
Does feel like the cell gets smaller and smaller every time he remembers it. All right. Was there anyone else?
There's only Elise and Das left.
There is only Elise and Das left, and they've both declined. So you're right. Take us back over to Muran.
Right, no way in hell I'm getting back in that thing right now.
Yeah.
I want to reiterate that working out issues with that dominant memory, in some way, in obviously in roleplay, in some kind of roleplay way, I will pick a new memory that you haven't already seen. I'll give you that benefit to be the dominant, and if you've seen all the pre-writtens, I think it's fair to let you pick one. This is a kind of way to inspire some roleplay, some trauma roleplay.
Yep.
And make it a little bit less frustrating for viral.
Thank you.
Gonna have to figure out some kind of mental fix for daddy issues. Well, not really daddy issues, I guess. Parental death
no.
issues.
No, that falls under the category of daddy issues. And don't worry,
Fair.
I have a fix in mind for my daddy issues.
Okay. Well.
I dare say that present company may be able to make a guess as to what it is.
They might be able to.
Yeah, might have a theory there.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
funny enough, as you're taking a half day break from the work you've just done, a day break, do you guys give yourself a full day break?
Personally, it's at this point because it took a chunk out of him the first time to experience the memories, and it's taken an even larger chunk out of him this time, and he's just getting unfucked, to be honest.
Yeah. You you're being hailed, not by
shit.
any ship nearby, and it
Shit.
is a directional communication. It's not just broadband sweeping across the entire um system. Someone knows in which direction they can beam a communication request to you, and has done so.
That is concerning.
It's unlikely to be the people we already sent away, so
It is
Someone
They're
coming.
the people it should be.
It is coming from their direction.
but it's been over like what, 2 weeks, right?
It has
Yeah.
been 2
About it.
weeks.
Oh yeah.
I guess feasibly they would have had enough time to jump out of system and then jump back into system, but
But
not
realistically.
likely.
unlikely.
Plus, why would they immediately do a U-turn and come back?
Yeah.
Well, there could be a variety of reasons why they would take a U-turn and come back, but
You
all
could,
of them equally unlikely.
I'll say that you could analyze the spread or the wavelength and try and make an estimate of just how far it is from you, like whether it's at the very edge of the system or whether it's within the same region as you and somebody managed to hide.
Dex, I respect your self-control for not describing it as how much of a head start we have if we need to run away.
I would never say that.
Yeah, of course not. You would leave us to infer it.
Yeah.
What good is an ambush if you warn the people first? I mean, would that be by that logic? This is probably a pretty crappy ambush because they are warning us first by getting in touch.
They are.
Yeah,
That
I
suggests it's probably
volunteer
not. So,
Go on.
oh, I said that probably means it's not an ambush then, huh?
Quite possibly.
It's a double blind ambush.
Yeah, they know that any competent person would assume that any competent person wouldn't warn ahead of an ambush. But then it just at that point it's just becoming a question of how many levels of deception do you play the game on.
Yeah. We know that they know that we know that they know that.
Precisely. Precisely.
Yep.
We should hear it
Yeah.
at the very least.
Yeah,
You're right.
Let's hear it out.
That's does not have to take skills to analyze where it's coming from, but is in favor of analyzing where it's coming from.
Worst case scenario, right? We get a head start. Move. Yeah.
Yeah.
One moment, please. All right, one moment. All right. So what you get just from the communication is, I'm going to do this before you listen to it. Roll me, whoever is doing your comms, roll me int program. It is not hacking.
Well,
I think that's the still a
whoever,
big shout for that.
whoever is doing the comms, you're going to have to find Das if you want Das to do it.
True, actually.
If Das is not active there, then Natario will roll it.
No, you know what? Percy will say, "Hang on a second, I'll go get her."
Okay.
And
Yeah,
First
Natario
you'll
will
check Das's
comment
quarters.
something about I can't tell how close this is coming from.
Yeah, Percy will head to Das's quarters first. Yeah, I think the whole crew has probably noticed that she sometimes vanishes somewhere for hours at a time. They're just not sure where. But I'll try her quarters first.
Yeah, she's not in there.
Balls.
Well, you tried your best.
Or if she is, she's not answering the door. But you know.
Yeah, so then Percy will just that thought occurs to him, and he just leans towards the door. I go and just sort of, a moderate volume calls out, "Hey kid, Das, you in there?" Okay, no response evidently.
No response.
So, Compad out, and he'll probably ping a message to Das actually. Just click out, hey, where are you? We've got some comms incoming, and Notario's having trouble telling where from and how far. We could use your help.
You just get back a very short on the way.
He'll send thanks and head back to the bridge.
Yep. Natario has been trying to work it out, but she is not terribly skilled at that, and would, if left to roll, would just be rolling a straight 2d6. So go ahead and roll that when Das gets there.
Yeah, roll the, what is it, 3d6? Keep highest plus 4 or something for Das?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. And Das, I think you've probably seen, the rest of you probably seen her doing computer stuff enough. Like, she's not as confident as she used to be doing this. She's still doing it. She's still able to do the things, but yeah.
Still doing better than
Missing
us.
the spark. Missing the spark.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the worst program roll I've ever done.
The difficulty of this is 8.
I did roll a 2 and a 2 1s, so you know.
Fuck me, a 7's the worst you've ever rolled. An 8 was the best I've ever rolled today.
Yeah. Oh no, I've rolled worse than a 7, just not on program. I don't think.
A 7's the worst you've rolled on that.
Like a 7 at this point on program is a base 3. Like that's 3 plus 4.
Yeah, program.
And I'm rolling 3 dice, so yeah.
Yeah, program for you is like shoot for Percy.
Yeah. So, okay. What was the target there? Can Das do this?
Can Natario help us? Can she give the help?
Natario can try to help. The target is 8.
Okay.
So someone want to roll Natario's 2d6? Just roll a skill check for her. She's not proficient.
I have a perfect help thing that Natario can do here.
What's that?
If it works.
I'll roll it.
It's basically Das just being missing something important and just starting to completely mess it up, and Natario just sort of jumps in and points out a thing.
Yeah. Actually, someone else roll it. I don't trust my dice.
Someone want to roll for Natario?
I'll roll for Natario.
Alright.
I guess it's not even a skilled roll, is it? It's just straight 2d6.
No, it's 2d6.
Mhm.
I'll roll it again afterwards just to see what it would have been, but
Hey,
That's an 8.
that's an 8. That's a
So-
target.
So, kind of going along with how you said, Ginja. However,
see?
Notario just kind of quietly adjusts some of the parameters through, all the consoles in the bridge are shared to some extent, and
Okay.
Das just, I don't know how observant she's being about this. Das might not even notice that that little changes have been made, which are better filtering the data parameters that she's looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I think given her state of mind, and the fact that I'm framing the low roll as she is missing things and not doing it as well as she normally would, yeah, I think it's entirely reasonable if the name's completely gone out of my head. Notario. If Notario's not doing it in a way that would be obvious, I think Das can just absolutely just miss that, and it just happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Natario is making no fuss of it. She is just kind of working in tandem with Das, and she sees something, she fixes it. So at the end of that, Das does come up with, well, shit. This is coming from all the way at the edge of the system.
Huh.
There's been hours of, light speed delay between when they sent this and us getting it.
Oh, wow.
You'll not be able to have a real-time conversation.
No, not at that distance.
Not that attitude.
Yeah.
Not without pre-tech.
We're working on it, okay? We're working on it.
Was that a challenge?
Yes, defy
Gauntlet and
physics
throne.
without space magic.
Yeah.
Watch me.
So I am presuming that you do listen to it. The bridge crew has been alerted to this. Does Das relay the information that she takes from this?
Yeah, she'd definitely be sort of saying, like, she's been brought up here to analyze the distance and stuff, so anything she gets out of it, she would be forwarding on, but it's probably where previously, if she'd analyzed this, she'd have phrased it as, it is coming from X, this is the distance. It's a lot more, I think it's this, it might be this. It's a lot more couched in, she's very much not sure of this.
Yeah. There's one comment from Ontario, and that's in a pause after Das has said, "I think this." It's just quiet and simple. You got this, kid. And when you do listen to it, there's the voice on the other line. The transmission identifies it's coming from the Howling Trapper, HT-112 if you want the ship ID, and it's a familiar voice to one of you. It starts off simply saying, "Hey, Raza, you got something I want. I only want that. I don't want to kill anyone. Give me the tube and its contents, and I'll be out of your hair. I won't even try to kill the black-haired girl." The voice sounds familiar
got a
to
bad feeling.
Percy.
I knew it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And
Well, the good news is we wanted to find him, right?
Well, we had a suspicion that was the case, didn't we?
Yep.
Because I'd got that thing of like they were on Henry Station, the person that owned the tube.
Yeah,
So-
it's. I do think there's a non-zero chance that Percy will be sorting out his daddy issues quicker than he expected.
Indeed. It's like we should. It's like we you wanted to turn around and go track him down. It's like, yep, don't need to turn around. He's already here.
There's one last little bit to this audio as these realizations are clashing, perhaps mentally, perhaps verbally, and that is, and boy, you're welcome back on the ship if you want to come. And then the transmission ends.
Percy's just like staring forward, staring at where the screen was showing very intently. But anyone who's looking at him gets the impression that he's not actually looking at anything, and his lips are just extremely tightly set.
Yeah. So, Dex, you said Percy recognized the voice. Does Das as well, or did she not hear the voice of the guy that owned the tube before?
Why don't you go ahead and roll me, we'll do a notice intelligence.
Okay. 7. Not much better than the last roll.
No, it's not.
that one's at a +3.
Not distinctly enough to be certain.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it maybe it's like, oh, that sounds a bit like that voice, but it's not like a.
Yeah.
Like the tube is probably enough that it sort of connects and it's like, that could be the same guy, but it's not a certainty or anything.
And there's also
But what was
the
the
fact that she is only hearing it in her memory, and is her belief that it could be him influencing her recollection of the memory or not.
Indeed. Yeah. So it's like she's made the connection, but whether the connection is actually there or not is unclear.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean that's all
good with
for
that.
internal. She can obviously have that confirmed. Oh wait, no, you guys haven't talked about the fact that you all. Okay,
No,
yeah,
we haven't talked about
haven't
this,
yet.
so I
We haven't yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this might be the catalyst for talking. But we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, Percy's right there, not quite like staring emptily at the screen. That's not a normal response to what for most of the crew is going to be a stranger. So, if anyone wants to address that, I am right there.
Yeah.
Percy, are you okay?
The old bastard.
Okay, how do you know he's old and how do you know he's a bastard?
And Percy just sort of sighs, blinks a couple of times so he's like getting his eyes together, and turns to Elise and he says, "Okay, do you have any idea who that is?"
Not really.
Unfortunately, I do have to. Oh,
The guy.
Das?
I think it's the guy from. Well, maybe. It's probably.
What? No, go on.
Well, the thing about the tube, and I
Yeah?
I stole it, and I think maybe I stole it from him.
Huh. You know. Huh. It's an interesting thing. Das, I feel like you and me, and like he does actually say Das, not just kid. Das, I do feel like we hit it off pretty quickly after we woke up, and I wonder if some part of my subconscious remembered you telling us that, because yeah, you remember we found out before that my biological father and mother got gunned down by space pirates who adopted me?
Did we?
Maybe.
Yeah, I recognized that voice after my time in the tube. That's my dad.
Oh.
Yeah, and it gets better because I saw him on fucking Henry Station. He didn't actually notice me. He was glaring at Elise. Obviously, I didn't recognize him
Henry-
until I saw his face again in the tube with context.
Henry
What?
Station.
Why was
Yes.
Claire
No,
at me?
I thought I saw someone there that was familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was staring at Elise at that point where Mr. Jack tried to kill her. He's now come here saying, "Hey, give me the dark-haired girl," and I'll look around as if to verify that there's no other like black-haired girls here.
Yeah.
The
Well, he
black-haired
was
girl
asking. He was asking for the tube, right? And he was saying
and
he
the
wouldn't
tube
have to
and the
kill
tube
Das.
and the tube, and he was also saying that he'd welcome me back, which. Wait, no, that doesn't scan.
I
Percy
will.
just sort of shakes his head. That
Yeah,
doesn't.
no,
That doesn't.
Let me
that
add in.
doesn't
Let me
scan.
add in. He said, "I won't even try to kill the black-haired girl." Elise is the one with your among your crew that has black hair. Das's is kind of green, and notably so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes. The picture makes it look less green, I think.
Mhm.
So,
It still looks kind of greenish in the picture.
yeah.
But yeah, Percy just sort of shakes his head and say,
A little bit.
"Wait, hang on. So he's just really after that tube and what was in there. What about our memory?" And Percy just snaps his fingers suddenly. That's
I
it.
don't think that's what was in there, though.
I think we knew that wasn't the original contents. It just
Yeah.
because it was like the tube seemed like purpose built for something. Like what was the clue on that? It was like just it seemed like
Yeah, there
It
was
was
like
trying to
foam
hold something
padding or
very
something that
specific.
was the wrong shape for the QEDs. Like it was,
Yes.
it was built for something else.
The example I used is like how when you get a TV in a box, there's inside that box is foam fitted perfectly for the TV and all of its components. The insides of that tube were not at all fitted for QEDs. That box was built to contain something else.
But yeah, when like after Percy snapped his fingers and went, "Wait," and then somebody points out that the tube wasn't the right shape, he just sort of deflates a little bit and he went, "Shit, I thought I had it for a second there. I was wondering why he'd be interested in our memories, but then I remembered it's not just our memories in that tube, is it?
still
Porcelain's
a hell
memories
of
are
a
there too."
coincidence.
Yeah, it's something. I don't
knew.
like that. Something
Coming
doesn't
in
add
with
up.
that offer is he probably doesn't know.
Right, especially when from what I heard, he left me to die, and now he's just willing to reach out a hand, mend bridges. I mean, up until 5 minutes ago, I would have been perfectly happy to put a bullet through his head, but now, like, obviously, I'm still pissed. There's no mistaking that, but I feel like we're missing information here.
So I'd like to cut in for just a second because I feel like you're missing something, or we've just overstepped something.
Go on.
So he promised that he wouldn't try and kill me. Why does he want to kill me?
And that's the other bit of information we're missing. Something to do with union?
Because I don't know about you.
Go on.
You go ahead.
Oh. No, I was just going to speculate. You used to work for union, so maybe it's something related to that, them cleaning up loose ends, but there's no way he'd work with union as far as I know. And why would they hire pirates anyway to do their dirty work? Although then again, I suppose it's not impossible. Sorry, you were saying?
Regardless of your feelings, if he's threatening to kill me, passively just like, oh, I won't kill her. That's not on the plan. I'm gonna shoot him in the face, whether you want me to or not.
Yeah, I don't really take kindly to the implied threats.
Oh yeah, no, make no mistake. I'm still quite happy to put a bullet through him without solving this mystery.
I feel
Well,
like
the
this is
question
the kind of
is,
mystery that
how do we
we can
achieve
maybe
that in
solve.
space?
Where's Acid?
Mm.
I just had an idea. Where's Acid?
Go on.
Oh.
Where is Acid actually?
Yeah, let me move you guys over to the whole ship sheet.
Okay.
Is the whole ship shape?
The whole ship sheet with the ship shape.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure the whole ship isn't ship shape. You've seen this disrepair that is in.
Well, look at that. You've got a whole bunch of rectangles and squares. Those are shapes.
That is true. But are they ship shaped?
True.
There's
They're
one
shapes with
piece
numbers.
that's ship shaped in there.
If our ship is rectangular, then it's ship shape.
Yeah. And what is shapes other than just clumps of rectangles put together?
Kind of point. Triangle.
Ooh, good point. Good point.
Second kind of point. Circle.
No, those don't make shapes.
What, is a circle not a shape?
No.
Okay. Okay.
So, we've got
Just
Anyway,
accept
for acid. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. So where's acid?
we have you guys up on a bridge here. All right, good. Acid is just kind of working away in engineering. Thank you. I was about to move you.
You're welcome.
I will not disturb Acid by having Acid come over here. Instead, I will go over to where Acid is.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'm curious about this now as well.
Okay. Well,
So I imagine for at least there's kind of like it's like a half walk, half jog, you know, like very brisk pace, like, you know, no time to waste, but also I'm not fucking running over there. I'm not stupid. I know we got time.
this
Yeah.
is a walk with
Kelsey's
a
tall, so
purpose,
it's just
and it
Kelsey's
fits.
tall, so it's just a brisk walk.
Yeah. Well, Elise's is a walk with purpose, and it fits her well. Not the first time.
As we get into engineering, you know, Elise just shouts out, "Acid, where are you?"
Hey, Miakin, what do you think Acid's working on right now? Like, what kind of
That's an intense line of questioning.
What's that?
That's an intense line of questioning.
If I know acid, an anti-idiot turret.
Let's see. Well, we did just get the materials for the drive upgrade, so I imagine some groundwork for that.
Yeah. She's doing some analysis of the pre-tech to give Douglas the absolute best foundation for fitting it to reusing it for our purposes.
Yes.
That is a lot of what she did. Most of what she did was actually hacking pre-mandate databases, but she's also good with actual pre-tech research, and that's what she's doing right now.
Yes.
So she looks up from a corner of the room where she's just kind of absently staring at a machine doing the work, and looks over at Elise.
Once Elise has spotted where Acid is, she'll just go right over there. Same walk with a purpose, and we'll just open up with going.
I'm gonna interrupt you here real quick because
Mm.
Acid recognizes that walk, and Elise sees that recognition in her eyes.
Oh.
Acid squares herself to meet Elise.
So I preempted this conversation with, so I know what you might say to this, but I really don't want to hear any like snippy comments about like, oh, my moral compass is like broken or some shit and just spinning in circles. I don't want to hear any of that complaint. You know, ask you some questions. I just want an answer, yes or no. Okay? No second edge, no human bullshit. Yes or no. Cool?
Yes, ma'am.
Kelsey just widens his eyes a little bit at this very assertive side of Elise that he's not seen before, really.
Say for instance, we got a person that was like a bad person, right? Different from the good people. And that bad person, we just wanted to eliminate them outright. but we also need to get information from them. So could we just take all their memories out and just view it like we've been viewing our own memories, and then we can just shoot them without having a second thought about it, because now we can just find out whatever we want after the fact.
Yes.
Holy shit, Lise.
Can we do that within the next 4 hours or so?
Yes.
Set it up. Cool. Fantastic. All right. She'll turn over to Percy. We have a plan. I have a plan that satisfies me. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
That was the plan.
Okay, yeah, you were a little bit quick. You're going to need to talk me through some of the final details of this.
So, I'm not in the business, personally speaking, of letting anyone who intends to kill me live.
Fair.
At least not the bad people. Again, I don't want to hear any comments about that moral compass thing. I know that it's probably spinning right now, but
wasn't going to make any. Wasn't going to make it. I want to put a bullet through the bastard's head as well.
So we're on the same page here. So let's satisfy, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, I think we're just killing 1 bird, but we're using 2 stones.
Wait,
the analogy doesn't.
The problem is we don't have a blank stone, right?
Okay, so from what I heard of your plan there, get him in one of these chambers somehow, pull out all his memories, then shoot him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great. I ain't got nothing against the idea except for
how do we get him here?
No, we don't have a blank.
Yeah.
We know where to get them.
Doing that would require.
You know where to get a blank.
Oh.
Acid nods.
Does that involve deleting any of the ones that we already have?
No, those are used.
Fantastic. Boom. We have a blank. Problem solved.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a blank on short notice, but
we can keep him in stasis.
Why don't we
until
just
then.
invite him over? Have his ship dock with our ship, right? We'll do a personal exchange here, and then we just ambush the fuck out of him.
Something tells me he's going to be expecting that.
You see, I thought about that, but I think I'm feeling really confident right now that I can just predict what he's going to think, and then we'll just adapt around that.
Okay, so what do we reckon his counterplay is if we offer to do the meeting on our ship?
I don't know.
I mean,
yet.
the obvious.
Can I check actually the comms thing that we've got and the sensor data that we've got coming in? How big is the ship that he's coming in on?
As long as he hasn't spoofed or masked it in somehow, the data that comes in with that ID is a Corvette class ship.
Right. Okay. So, probably more than 1, possibly a crew.
Another idea, just hypothetically speaking. So, they're docked with the ship, right?
Yeah.
We just don't let them undock, and we just close the door and lock it. Maybe someone goes outside and just fucking welds the ships together. If they want to undock, we've got the bigger ship, so theirs is gonna be the one that breaks, right? That's how that works. Douglas, that's how that works, right?
Their ship will take more damage. They would. The ship engines are stronger than any weld you could do, but the theory is correct that their ship will take more damage.
I mean, at that point, you may as well just play demo charges on them.
You can do that too. Oh my god, that's a great idea.
My question was more, I mean, surely there's probably some sort of sensors or whatever that detect someone on your hull, right? I don't know. Or is that a blind spot that people tend to have?
Someone not maybe. Okay.
It's a blind spot.
She looks back over at Acid. Please do not take any offense to this. Personal or tangential.
Raises one eyebrow.
Would Libra be caught on any sort of biological sensors? I don't think so.
I'm gonna preempt that question with There's not typically special ship sensors that will detect somebody on the hull. That is a way of getting into a ship. You just have to avoid the normal external cameras that are out there watching, like landing cameras, airlock cameras, the
They'd have
normal
to be
entry
watching you.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But ships don't otherwise automatically sense, unless it's a
Yeah.
living ship, maybe. Normal ships don't automatically sense people on the hull.
Confirmation living ships exist in this universe. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
attention too. Yeah.
So does Elise still need to ask the question about Libra?
I think Elise doesn't have this technical know-how to understand
Okay.
not to.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Doug. Doug will go.
Go for it.
Oh, I was say Doug will go plant some C4. I do have some, some Douglas specials that are just waiting to be used.
Acid does appear to ruffle a little bit. Her eyes crinkle, but she still answers. Libra would be detected just as much as anyone else.
Okay. Maybe hole in that plan.
Here's
But we've got
thought.
options. Mm-hmm.
At least hear me out, right? They wouldn't trust us to have people come on our ship. We wouldn't trust them enough to have us going to their ship. The Titan class ship's right over there. Why don't we use that as a neutral exchange ground, and then we can jump to them not on their home territory?
See, the only problem with that plan, in my point of view, is that that ship's already vented, which means that we have one less element to play with there.
Okay, so we find somewhere, some other neutral ground to do the exchange in. Some ship that's still got an atmosphere inside. Actually.
Does the explosive decompressurization or whatever the fuck it's called? You know, if they don't have their boots on or something, they go. I think. I don't know, just anything to throw them off guard. But I think.
I wonder if we've got enough air to actually
personally,
pressurize a smaller ship. Go on.
I think he just might be stupid. No offense to your. I guess you wouldn't take offense to that. I think he's just stupid.
To him?
I don't think he's gonna saunter over here because he thinks he's got the shots. He probably still thinks that you still have your memory, so he thinks he fucking like owns you like a dog. No offense. God, I'm not doing really great right now. So
see,
he's gonna expect you to fucking sit down when he says sit and obey commands, and then you're just not gonna do it because you have no attachment to him whatsoever, other than wanting to put a bullet in his head. Is that an attachment?
Close enough. Something like that.
Yeah. So I think we just have the high ground here in a sense.
Okay, two thoughts, right? Two thoughts. One, I feel like the fact that he's outright offered and potentially expecting me to go back to him, I could fake that and we could use that against him somehow. A factor to consider. But the other thing is that I feel like I'm really missing information here. Like, from what I heard, he left me for dead. And now he's acting like nothing's happened, and okay, you know what? At least I can trust you with a secret, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say no.
Yeah. Percy will pull out the OX872 memory chip out of whatever pocket he's keeping it in, and look at it for a sec, and then go. My mind's fucked from my memories are fucked from me going into them recently. I'm fucked myself. It'll take too much out of me to try and go get those memories. And then he'll hold out the chip. He'll hold out his hand with the chip in his palm to Elise and say, "But I need to know what happened on the day that he left me for dead. Can you go and look?"
Elise will look over at Acid.
Acid nods. Can. It'll be very hard for you. You have no connection. You have no connection with his memories at all. They'll reject you at every turn.
I don't know if we have time for me to recover enough to give it another shot.
Elise will grab the chip and look over back at Acid with a more angered expression. Try me. Set this up now.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Don't call me sir. I don't know.
Percy will
It's
grin at
weird.
Elise's determination, but is that kind of haha? What the fuck did I just agree to? Grin.
All right. If you guys have a few minutes, we will run through that little attempt there.
Yeah, I'd like to do this.
Okay.
I think
Good point
it
to
might
leave it on, maybe.
So
I think it might color our decision making throughout the week because I feel like we're going to be planning throughout the week.
so the difficulty is +4,
Oh,
Mhm.
ouch!
but
Yeah, of course,
it is a
because she
core
matches now
memory,
Percy's traits, right?
so it starts at a 6.
Okay.
So 10.
So your difficulty will be a 10. Acid has already maintained the pod, so it is simply a matter of getting in there, going into stasis, and trying to navigate the maelstrom of Percy's thoughts, which is
It's a question actually. Can I
yeah,
interrupt for a sec?
uh-huh.
Just because the +4 is from her, is from all the personality traits being a mismatch, right?
Mhm.
Can we just go through the traits on Percy's sheet quickly, just to see if any of them match Elise? Just
Sure.
out of curiosity.
Let me pull that up. Okay. I will say also that it is a minimum penalty of +2. So there's no way to completely avoid it, but
Yeah, I know.
at least strong sense of self-preservation.
I would say yes, personally, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be going
Nah.
first.
I mean, I'm not sure whether it's me or you that's meant to be going last because it's my memories, but you going in.
I mean, to the point where, man, that's hard to say. It's like attempted. Oh, wow.
I'm gonna put out that every time Elise has been made aware
guess
of a
this is
threat on
after.
her person, she has gone towards it, at least initially.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
She has wanted to confront it.
Yeah, I
I've
suppose
got the
that-
Percy method of self-preservation. Eliminate the threat, and then don't worry about the threat.
Yeah, honestly, that's like
yeah,
Percy's self-preservation perfectly.
You
Like,
let me
go and
away with that
eliminate the
logic.
threat.
You let
I
me
will,
away with that logic. Elise has the same mindset.
to be fair, I also didn't give it to New Percy, so not getting that one.
Oh, okay, fair.
Rude and
That is
insensitive.
fair.
Sometimes.
I mean, that was what people liked, was that she was rude.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, people comment on how they like the new, blunt, straightforward Elise.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Like, isn't that how we've been characterizing the difference between Elise and Sarah? Sarah's all like gilded lies and honeyed words and stuff, and Elise is just like, fuck you.
Grudgingly heroic when nobody else can help.
Not
I
sure.
don't think she's grudging.
She did immediately try to save Dima. But
That's
I'm
true.
going.
As soon as she had the vision, but that wasn't really grudging, was it?
I'm gonna give her the same
No.
benefit I gave Percy in that there really hasn't been circumstances to test it. So Jackal, I'm gonna put this all on you. Do you think that
No,
fits?
absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
That's fair.
Valuables.
Also,
I feel like
no for
again
me.
we haven't really had a good check for that.
All right. So the difficulty is going to be 9. You got 1. So the difficulty is only
I'm
going
rude.
to
I
be 9.
gotcha.
It's why you got one of the ones that Percy didn't get.
And insensitive.
Rude and insensitive. Check. Things that was multiple times in the past 5 minutes.
It is still a shoot wisdom skill check.
Shoot
Go get him.
wisdom. Okay.
Your wisdom's better than
Question.
my.
This doesn't include the bonus from Foci, right?
Right. None of your class or foci abilities can come in here. This is just straight skill and attribute bonus.
Okay, just just double checking because otherwise that would have been a 3d6 and that would have been really nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leave.
oh.
Fuck.
Oh God, we're not rolling well today, are we?
Fuck.
Wow.
I
So
used it on that talk check.
Elise
Oh.
experiences.
Well, you are in your memories. Well,
ex-
Well, no, you're in my memories.
experiences the come on kid, it's mere space of 7-year-old Percy standing in a pool of his own parents' blood. He at least sees that as if from Percy's eyes and feels it from Percy's being. You know, not directly. Like I said, it's how it smells, but it can still pervade and trigger her own personal emotions there. She can try again. Difficulty is 11. Oh, we can't try again. My bad. I forgot. You can try
Specific memory.
other things if you think that there's anything else that would be adjacent and allowed by Percy. Or actually, you don't even have to have Percy's permission. You're inside.
yeah, you don't need Percy's permission,
Yeah.
but it's a
Yeah, I
polite
mean-
thing to do.
In fairness, she kind of has my question. Like, I sent her into my memories to get useful information because I couldn't go right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else would be useful information. I can think about like
the adoptive dad, how to exploit him, possibly. Like how he thinks. I don't know if that's
Flaws or
something.
shortcomings? Percy would have surely picked up on that at some point. If only because they once fought together and he had to cover for his tactical weaknesses. Like, if he has arrogant, for example, Percy would have to make sure he's watching his back so that he doesn't fucking suffer prideful fall. You know?
I'll go with that suggestion. Kind of just general information about the guy. What his quirks are as a person, as a human.
And any noticeable shortcomings.
Yes, any noticeable shortcomings.
Your difficulty is 11. It's a shoot wisdom skill check.
I believe.
Oh boy.
Come on, it's wisdom. You're better than this.
Oh.
Oh,
I
so
needed.
close.
One roll ago.
Oh. Just watch. If you try again, you're gonna get an 11 next time.
Dude, your memories are cursed.
You're telling me.
It is the conclusion to draw.
When I get out of here, yes, get in there.
I'll start checking if he lit him.
The next one would be a 13, right?
The next one would be a 13, yeah.
I guess just out experiencing the core memory twice, just completely rejected.
I mean, you can try something else, but yeah, that core memory is it's squeezing tighter. The emptiness of it is getting louder. Does Elise want to try again? Does she want to risk that?
I mean, what is the harm if I do it one more time?
Oh,
like
mechanically nothing.
Well, fuck it, we ball.
She's already taking 1d4+1 system strain, so
I think that the next thing I would ask is if Percy had any friends with the crew, or did he hate all of them? Right? Like, are there allies potentially on that ship that would be Turncoat?
There's
or could be Turncoat.
There is a thought.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm gonna call this one of the core memories. And so the base difficulty is still 6.
Plus V.
Yep. Plus the 3 and plus 4 for 2 failures, so 13.
Oh.
Let me guess. Shoot with wisdom.
Shoot with wisdom.
Fingers crossed. I can't look. Is it better?
No, it's not.
No?
No, it's not. It's not 9.
Pool of blood.
Just...
Okay, so that's 9 times that anyone has tried to consult Percy's memories, and 8 times that that's come up. I think that's just bug.
He's just gonna
I
have
think your
to.
trauma is incredibly deep seated.
I mean, yeah, it did basically rewrite the course of my life. So
It did start, and that third time, it did start feeling like it's less of a in-your-face thing and more of a here's what happened. Now ball it up and stuff it down deep inside.
Mhm.
It's been sitting and festering.
Percy was 7. Jesus.
Percy does seem like the type to, you know,
Not deal with
swallow
his
it all
trauma?
up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
God, I think I'm the one that needs a therapist.
It
I
was a
awaken
Sorry,
valiant
from the
effort.
pod.
Oh, what was that?
I mean,
I was saying it, so at least wakes from the pod and just like, I don't think I got anything more than you did.
Don't tell me you just got the memory of when I was a kid as well. First time I met him.
Yeah,
Over and over.
yeah.
God fucking damn it.
it's like, do you want to talk about that? Whatever.
Well, you tried. I appreciate that, if nothing else.
I don't know how well this is gonna go, but I appreciate now that you've given me more of a reason to kill this man. And I'm not even you.
Oh. Yeah, I got that several times over. You see now why I want to be first in line to put a bullet through him.
Hey, it's,
You know,
the kill's all yours.
there's an interesting recruitment tactic to get someone to join your cause.
Yeah, and show them
Here.
the deep seated emotional traumas they got you on that cause in the first place.
Right?
Sorry you had to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it okay?
It'll be a lot better once I don't have to worry about him anymore. Look, now's not the time. He's on his way. Come on, let's go back to the bridge. And then once we troop up, I think Percy will probably ask, do we have any idea how long it would take us to reach them, or vice versa?
Yeah, at the edge of the system, if he is still there since the transmission was sent, it would take a drive of your class, drive 3, 18 hours? Hang on, let me double check my math here. 16 hours to make
Okay.
that journey.
We just have to just go to the opposite end. Oh, if we want to get away. Do we want to get away? I'm still
I mean,
I'm still veering towards just confronting this now.
I was
not
going to say
pushing it
you
back
were the one.
further.
I was going to say you were the one who was advocating for going straight towards him, and.
But let's remind everyone here. I don't call the shots, right?
Yeah.
That's not my job.
We also don't have ship weapons if we get into combat.
Yeah, that's why
That too.
that's why we'd rather blow up their ship, like, you know, when they're not expecting it, with C4 or damage charges.
Yeah. Well, we've got some time to think about it. I still think that me going under the guise of friendship and then us double crossing them is the better idea, but Percy just sort of shrugs. I don't know. We've got a few hours to think about it anyway. I need to get a breather. I'm fucked after that pod again. Someone wait me in a couple of hours. And
Wait,
you
you
just
a
sort
couple
of.
hours?
Yeah, no, I'm. Did you not get tired from being in the pod? I'm just fucked.
I don't know. I guess there's still, I don't know, what adrenaline or something. I haven't crashed yet, I guess.
Everyone responds differently to them.
Weird. If anything, I would expect it to hit you harder since it's not real memories. But yeah,
maybe because it's not mine. I don't know.
maybe I know I'm not a techie, but
You guys need a therapist.
I am. You know what? Probably valid. I'm not going to finish that statement.
Look, I don't need a therapist. I'm going to sort it by getting therapist.
Also, I think. I think.
Okay, maybe
Acid's
she
one
has
to
a point
talk.
for you.
I think acid is what?
I think Acid's one to talk.
Well, yeah. Maybe she's projecting.
Okay, yeah, I'll just sort of
I
look
wouldn't
at,
know. I'm not a
I'll sort of look
therapist.
at her when she makes a face, and I'm like, what are you offering? Or
Libra's not half bad.
Well, it's... if you need someone to listen.
maybe later, but I think we're going to need Libra's services as a combat droid sooner than we're going to need them as a therapist.
We always find a therapist. I'm sure they don't cost that much, right?
What was the question? What? Oh, therapist. How much do they cost?
Like, how much would it cost to keep a therapist on retainer on the ship?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we're just like prone kidnappers, so we'll just kidnap one, right?
I was going to say. Yeah.
No. Remember, you only kidnap children, teenagers.
If anything,
We can just train one of them to be a therapist, right?
That's true. Yeah, you kidnap them young and then you train them to do what you need them to. Yeah. I don't think that works on our time scale, but
yeah, but definitely not going to be able to train a kid to be a professional therapist. Then what? 18
No, but
hours?
like you know when they're like going through like their college applications and shit like that, and they're like, oh, I want to study this, grab them then.
Let's go ahead.
It's not the time we talk about. It's not an app.
Let's go ahead and bring an end to the session. Is there anything else in character anyone wants to do before I do close it?
At least needs to gain 1d4 plus 1 system strain. I'm sorry, but
Oh, yep. You're right.
I think
Yeah.
I think
exhausting thing.
I'm trying to remember. Do we always gain that when we do the memory thing? I think I
Yes.
didn't get
So you always gain
Yes.
one system strain for going in. If you fail any, you gain an additional D4, and
Oh,
going
good.
into somebody else's is an automatic D4 plus 1.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I should get a D4 plus 1 as well then.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Apparently I'm just.
And then are we still recovering strain while working, or?
You have not recovered strain if you were on the salvage team.
Okay. So I get.
So
4.
nobody except Nox has recovered strain.
And Das.
Das did.
Das.
Oh, true.
Because Das just
And-
hid for a while.
Now with that system strain, Elise is feeling tired.
The adrenaline wears off and it hits her.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, maxing out is death, right?
Maxing out just means you
or
can't
with
be
it-
healed.
That was under my old
okay.
system. I did call it
Oh,
death
yeah,
when
that's
you
what I'm
max
mixing it up
out
with.
under the QED. Yeah, I nixed that
Yeah,
because I think it's an unfun mechanic.
Okay. Yeah, I just couldn't remember if that was like a base rule thing with system strain or not. Okay, cool.
I think
Okay,
what
so
I would
what's the
do
actual
is
rule
if
for-
somebody goes in with near enough to max system strain that a D4 could put them over, then I'll roll on the first failure, and actually hitting your cap will kick you out.
Mm.
Okay.
Makes
Yeah, that
sense.
seems
Probably
fair.
rudely.
Probably
Yeah.
very rudely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means that Percy can't really gamble on it again unless he wants to risk being unconscious for the contact, which
He-
is not what we want. Because I'll be honest, I feel like that's kind of hinging on me a little bit.
Yeah. Mm.
Percy is gonna have to find some time to rest, not salvaging.
Yeah, but I only have 18 hours for it, probably.
You guys can
Unless-
recover one, yeah.
It would still put me in
Better than
potential. Yeah, it would, but it would still put me in potential full range from system strain. Like fuel max on the D4, that's like a 25% chance of me going down.
Mm.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go
That's
ahead
probably
and
fine.
bring up the end of session card.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could potentially say we're in the middle of something, but then we'll meet up with you afterwards to buy a little bit more time. Like just another day or two.
I suppose
I wonder.
one concern
Like,
is
they're
how does he know where we're
right?
at? How does he know exactly where we're at?
He probably fucking put a tracker on our goddamn ship.
Yeah, is that a thing, Dex?
It can be a thing, yeah.
There is also the possibility
Okay.
that he ambushed and beat the information out of the family that we helped.
Yeah.
But then why would
no.
I was going to say why would he? Because he would have no reason
He's a
to target them in
pirate.
particular.
Yeah, how would he know
unless
that they
he's a pirate? Yeah,
encountered
it could
us?
just be coincidence.
He
Yeah.
turned a leaf.
That's a
He's
hell
a
of a
bounty
coincidence.
hunter now.
He's Mr. Jack.
That's just a pirate with a license.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's basic privateers.
Kill him.
Mm.
So
Sorry. I'm gonna knock him out, and then you're gonna kill him.
session review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic note to end on. Just to unlock him out, then you kill him. Session review.
Mm. Yeah.
Let's talk about this.